may wanna say, but I'm the baddest. You can try, but ain't no point, you never match it. Cause I be on my new and it's incredible. I'm only coming down so you can snap me.
I'm going to win this.
You better act like it's a privilege. I'm your journey like a pilgrimage. Can I get away there?
I'm all in.
And he is all in.
Takes the win here in Barcelona.
Jason Mercier, he went with his instinct, he made the call.
There's the professional level, and there's the Ivy League.
Sebastian Pauli coming to terms with what he has just achieved.
Nicky Corrin has done it! 2 main event titles! Sebastian Mallets has gone from poker fanboy to poker champion.
This is why people love the EPT.
Hello once again, welcome to Barcelona and the PokerStars European Poker Tour. A very special event taking place at Casino Barcelona today. The first in a double header, that's right, you get 2 streams today. You've got the PSPC Women's Platinum Pass tournament starting now. Late tonight, True Geordie, the showdown, before we segue into our EPT coverage proper with the final table of the Super High Roller tomorrow, and then 5 consecutive days of main event coverage, starting on Wednesday with Bubble Day, all the way through to the todos estos días, el evento principal day. Cards up every single day. And we want to hear from you every single day. Whether you're watching at twitch.tv/PokerStars, whether you're watching at youtube.com/PokerStars, and of course, there is a dedicated timeline on Twitter. If you use the hashtag PokerStarsTV, we'll get your comment. We'll be able to answer your question. And of course, follow Facebook and Instagram for lots of great stuff around the EPT as well. So today's event was delayed for 2 years. In March 2020, to celebrate International Women's Day, PokerStars players were invited to nominate inspirational women who've made a positive impact in poker. A panel of judges narrowed that down to 9 finalists, and now 7 of those 9 players have made it here to Barcelona in 2022 to compete in a single table tournament for a Platinum Pass. I think we all know why they weren't able to play this game in 2020, but better late than never. One of these 7 women will be going to the Bahamas to play at the PSPC, which is part of PCA 2023 at the Bahama Resort. By the way, I am James Harskin, and sat alongside me are Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies.
And Maria Ho.
Hi, I'm actually alongside you guys, literally.
Fantastic to have you with us in Barcelona, Maria, for day 2 of 8 of live streaming from the EPT, and a special event where we are going to award a Platinum Pass. I guess the thing we should say, Maria, is it's winner takes all. Only one player gets a prize today. And these are the 7 players who will be competing for that prize. 3 Americans, Lexi Sterner, Michelle Culhane, and Christina Reed. Aurélie Ried from France, Terry Hatcher, not that one, from Canada, Jada Fang, originally from Italy, now living in Malta, and Diver Byrne, originally from Lithuania, now living in the UK. And as the day goes on, as we get the action underway, we'll talk about these women, and we'll talk about why a panel of judges selected them from all the women who were nominated to come to this event and play for a Platinum Pass. Suffice to say, they are all very excited to be here and excited to play on the main stage inside Casino Barcelona for a ticket to the PSPC. Anytime we award a Platinum Pass, Joe, I'm excited.
It's always exciting, yes, because for folks that maybe can't necessarily buy in to the PSPC for $25,000, it's always fun to be able to give someone that opportunity.
So this is Lexi Sterner, one of the American players. Michelle Culhane. Loving the hat, Michelle. Already reared. Terry Hatcher. Jade Fang.
But it doesn't work.
Here's a hashtag fun fact. Jade Fang was actually part of Team PokerStars Online for 6 years.
Okay, yeah, because, you know, it's like everyone asks. So
I feel like C1 and C, they're so far away.
Yeah, and you guys are all switched together. I'm down here kind of.
Christina Reed has come to play poker, Maria. In that outfit, that is a poker garb.
She's wearing a card.
Very
I just sat
appropriate.
down where my chair was. So
If you scoot over, but you're still in front of the box.
I know. Do we have to put our cards on here?
Yes.
So
So the 2 cards go in there for
I
like...
know, but I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Indeed, the cards go in the box. They have little microchips in them, and we use RFID technology to read those cards, which is relayed to the graphics system, which is why we're on a 30-minute security delay. There is Diva Byrne, who is the founder and owner of Flip, Fantastic Ladies in Poker, the largest female-only poker community on Facebook. So every player is starting with 20,000 chips. Blinds are going to start at 100, 100 with a 100 big blind ante. That should be easy for everyone to keep track of. And blinds will go up every 15 minutes, and we will keep going until we have seen 6 eliminations and 1 player remains who will receive that $30,000 package to the PSPC in the Bahamas next year. We're underway, hand 1.
I wonder if there'll be any swapping that happens with just one platinum pass up for grabs. Might be cool to do a little saver with the table.
Yeah, and definitely when they get to heads up, I think it would
that,
be
yeah.
worth talking about for sure.
Strong starting hand for Hatcher.
Yeah, so this is Terry Hatcher with a Y. Terry now lives in Vegas, originally from Canada, spends every Monday night on PokerStars home games, hashtag play on PokerStars. She manages a ladies tournament where all the proceeds go to female charities. They've raised more than $30,000 to date. She's also a member of the Tournament Directors Association.
Oh, wow.
Took up position as a TD in Austin's largest card room in 2019. Also has a World Series of Poker circuit ring to her name.
When you watch back the video and you hear
Pretty
what I just
accomplished.
said, it all makes sense.
Well, I didn't think you meant to raise it to 12 or 11.
I absolutely did.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I thought I was going to be all in on the first one.
Oh, wow, okay. Glad I didn't wake up with a kings or something.
It's okay if
No,
you did.
all
Yeah,
in on the
good for
first
you,
hand. What about hand 2?
It's okay.
I mean, with 15-minute blinds, it's not out of the question.
They do start with 200 bigs, though, so
Yeah.
I would assume that
Okay, it's out of the
going
question.
I would assume, unless it's post-flop, crazy cooler post, but I think they're going to take it slow, feel each other out. I mean, it looks like they were all chumming it up on the walk down here, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's only one pass, as we mentioned, so
Yes.
you got to play hard.
I was able to hang with a few of these ladies last night at the players' party.
Of course you did.
Michelle, Terry, Lexi.
Quick shout out, by the way, to Jan Fisher and Katie Stone, the 2 finalists who sadly were unable to attend EPT Barcelona. They're going to receive a Road to PSPC package instead. We have gone 3-way to the flop, 8, 4, 3. And looks like Lexi still has the best hand. Ace high, wheel draw. 1,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's some gut shots here, right?
Yeah, Hatcher has a gut shot as well. Would be surprised if she doesn't continue. She does. Oh, I thought she acted already. But it looks like she does continue.
Yeah, Lexi continuing for 700. Terry Hatcher calling that bet, and we see the 4 of spades on the turn, pairing the board. So Lexi Sterner started playing poker back in 2008. Her dad was sick, was diagnosed with cancer. Her uncle would come over to play poker with him, and she'd join in the games. Got the poker bug. She says, the game has given me so much over the years, and I'd love nothing more than to win a platinum pass and have a platform to donate a percentage of my earnings to pancreatic cancer and organ donation charities.
That's some good pre-karma there. Like, oh, I'm going to donate, universe. Lexi told me last night that she is a nurse, which is a profession I love. Always badass people, nurses.
I'm glad it didn't go where I thought it was going, but
Not going to be much of that today. In fact, I'm going to have a hair trigger with the bands also.
Well, Lexi opening second hand in a row. Jack 9 of spades from the hijack. Folded around to Michelle, who gives up the small blind. And now Jia Fang with Queen 10 in the big blind. So I referenced already that Jada was part of Team Online from 2011 to 2017. Has worked as a commentator at various Italian poker tournaments.
Right, Italian.
And has flopped best here with second pair. Lexi continuing for 300. Quick call. Turn card is the 5 of hearts. And there is no card Lexi could hit on the river which would give her the winning hand. So it's a 10 high flush for Fang. Now, Jada was a doctor, Joe, and started playing poker after she had a motorbike accident which forced her to rest for 3 months. Left medicine behind, became a pro.
I mean, that's the same reason I'm not a doctor, to do poker commentary. It was one or the other, and I was like, you know what, med school, I reject you.
What's your name? No, what's your name? Alex. Love this name.
Stop.
Alex the dealer, also a badass.
Try to get on the right side of the dealer, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Stop. Quit it.
That's what you said and then raised, yeah?
Yes.
Diver first to act here. Jack 7 offsuit, folds.
I know everyone in every poker tournament is like really wants big hands, but I can't imagine like just being more hungry for it than right now with like it being a turbo structure, one prize on the line.
yeah, and you would also expect that people are going to be playing a little bit more gambly, I would say, just because there is one pass for the winner and one pass only.
No laddering up here.
So we get the raise, and the Olympus will
It's
fold.
good. We have a break in 6 hours.
That's a nice big blind.
It's good.
Always nice to look down at the big blind and see a big old pocket pair.
Well, the tournament clock says next break in 6 hours. Actually, there will be a break after 2 hours of play, just a short break. I don't imagine this game is going to go too long today. And of course, a bit later on tonight, True Geordie, his crew, and a ragtag assortment of PokerStars reps will take that stage for a special edition of the Showdown, live from EPT Barcelona.
Spoiler alert, I talked to him last night, and he is the True Geordie. I don't want to ruin the stream, but...
They're sticking together.
So, Terry Hatcher opening with ace-8, and Jada Fang with ace-jack.
Yeah, and I think this deep, I would definitely like to see her 3-bet, especially against the cutoff open. Looks like she's just going to call, though. Again, I don't mind these players maybe feeling each other out a little bit, but you guys are 200 bigs deep. Certainly can get a couple more chips in.
Big table. Very big.
Enjoy the space, people. I am all for short-handed, big table.
Yikes.
Ooh, ace high flop, and this is where I ask the question, how much is Terry Hatcher going to lose in this pot?
She's already checked.
Bet of 800 from Jada Fang, which has been called. 10 on the turn doesn't change anything. Terry checks a second time. Jada's betting a second time.
Looks like Hatcher's just content to call and potentially bluff catch some of Feng's bluffs, but also, you know, not feeling terribly good about her hand, but not a whole lot of reason to not think it's not best. I'd assume Feng is going to go for value. Maybe by her facial expression,
yeah,
not so much, but I would like to see maybe a value bet out of the river.
Yeah, it's that classic moment, like discretion, check back, see your opponent's hand, and utter the immortal words, should have value bet.
I think ace-8 maybe can even think about folding, though, right, after facing 3 streets.
I mean, Feng didn't 3-bet pre-flop. I would like to think that, you know, with an even stronger ace there, she would have. So, I don't know. If you give me ace-8 on that board, I think I'm going to call 3 streets. But what do I know?
What do you know?
So a reminder or a recap for those of you late to the party today. This event features finalists who were nominated by the poker community, women who have made an impact in the poker world, and a panel of external and internal judges decided who should get to come to Barcelona. Any bitterness, Maria Ho, that they didn't pick you?
You know, I don't think I saw my name in the noms, but I was a part of helping select people that ended up here. So I think that would have been called a conflict of interest, perhaps, James.
I, Maria Ho, select Maria Ho.
I mean, I'm not saying you would do this, but there are plenty of people in the poker world who would absolutely advocate for themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to sign into my burner account to do that for this. Next time.
Reed firing with queen tray of diamonds. Uh-oh. It's Reed and Reared. Red and Reared. Reared. Oh, the 3 doesn't do much, does it? Domination. Rotation. Tray ball. Spade draw still alive.
Yeah, Reed putting a lot of pressure on this king-queen and gets a lot of equity to fold.
So Christina Reed lives in the state of Georgia. She was originally a bank sales executive, is now a semi-professional poker player. She's been playing cash games for more than 15 years. Turned to tournaments in the last 5 years, and is also the founder of Poker Queens, a group that supports female poker players, and is also a coach and mentor.
Chris's.
Nick, watching on YouTube, wants to know, how is Maria Ho not there?
Well,
Nick, utilize your ears. Although I appreciate in telling him that, he's clearly not listening, otherwise he would have heard Maria's voice already.
also, I'm assuming, Maria, that had you been nominated and or won this, you would have declined it.
I was like trying to think of a reason why I would, other than to, you know, give all of these lovely women a chance to play for a platinum pass, because either way I will be there, you know?
Right,
so,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, you could just be like, nah, I was going to...
Who needs a free, you know, free rolled 30K package, right? Nobody. Although I remember when they drew David Peters' name one year for the platinum.
I drew David Peters'
Oh,
name, yeah.
It was you?
Yeah.
I was like, that is one person that did not need this
No.
opportunity.
So, Michelle Culhane has a cool story. Michelle volunteers as a poker teacher at a senior center in Oklahoma. She convinced the management that teaching senior citizens poker was a great idea, and they finally agreed to it. And for the last 5 years, she teaches a group of women aged between 65 and 89 how to play Hold'em.
I love it. I don't want to be biased, but I kind of am rooting for Culhane just based on that,
Well,
I gotta say.
I should let you know she put a new addition on her house after all the money she won off the senior citizens. So.
So it's Christina Reed who's opened here, raising in late position with pocket threes.
I think if you're a poker player, you have to change your name to Christina Reeds, right?
I didn't think of it, but yes, that would be.
They call me Christina
very
Reeds.
Fitting.
Don't try to bluff me. Oh no, it's Reed and Reared again. Reared.
Orally Reared has indeed defended the big blind. We have a queen 10 deuce flop. So 3 still ahead, but decent equity for Reared, who checks the flop. Action when check, so we get the 5 of clubs on the turn.
One pair, pocket pair.
Wins it with a bet on the turn. Damix asks, what's the buy-in here? What are the payouts? It is a free roll for these 7 women, and the pass, the platinum pass, is the only prize. It's winner takes all.
A free roll, but they've been waiting a while for this.
It means the same as freedom.
Libertad.
Yeah, liberty.
What about you?
Liberty.
Excitement.
Oh, nice.
Fair enough. Mine was calm.
Calm? Nice, I like that one.
And me, it's
I would have to trade with somebody.
No, calma or concentrate, I don't remember.
Blinds are up. This is level 2, 100, 200 now, with a 200 big blind Nancy.
You know,
Oh, the same like me.
quite.
Yeah, calm.
Yeah. Or maybe, no, concentration, I think.
Oh, concentrate. Yeah, yeah.
Because everything is different. So.
Yeah.
But I
yours
think
was...
someone have a good luck. I don't know.
Did one of them say luck?
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah?
I don't know, maybe Terry? No?
Literally just got up.
Mine was concentrate too.
Yeah, sure.
Mine said liberate, so I took that like freedom.
Divert Burn opening with ace-8. Terry Hatcher defending with king 10. Heads up to the flop, which is ace-8-6. Solid flop for Diver.
Exito, I don't know what.
400? Oh, like excited.
Yeah, I think it's excited, no?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Unless it's exit, or like exit, like bye. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
I'm pretty exited to be here.
Exito is excitement. I don't speak Spanish.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
it's Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish. Okay.
I was like, because it wouldn't be leave. Like,
No,
not good.
No, because in Spanish, leave is sortida. It's
Yeah, so
sortida,
I bet it's
so
excited.
Yeah, should be.
Okay, I'm
Lines
very
are up
sorted
already.
to be here.
Yeah, I not noticed that before I raised.
Yeah, yeah. I see now, level 2. My son is late. Bring me a jacket to cover my lid.
Christina
This
folding
one was
under the gun.
promising.
Folded round to Michelle Culhane, and
Yeah.
she has
They took
called
my
with
phone. I
ace-4.
can't even put my headphones and listen to my phone. I'm like, oh.
That feel like
It's all the cheating stuff.
Yeah,
Terry Hatcher calls in the small blind, and Jada Fang checks her option. 3 players to a queen 9-5 flop, so it's Fang who flops best.
Starting at 1. I thought we starting at 1. But it makes sense because if half an hour delay, didn't even think about it. So
Yeah.
he goes, I'll be there 5-1.
Yeah.
Sweet little
So
turn there
probably
for the
thinking
hearts.
the same, right?
Yeah, she's going to go for a lead with a lot of equity. Kind of hard for Fang necessarily to continue, and she does end up folding. So
Are you hungry?
nice
No,
semi-bluff there out of Hatcher.
Yeah, my legs are so like, oh.
You see, before it's going to be super hot.
Yeah, usually, but these lights are diffused. They're not like you go to the.
Right now, Jia Fang has the chip lead. 23,600, just above starting stack. Terry Hatcher has lost about quarter
Like the live stream in Jacksonville.
per stack, but still has 80 bigs. Nobody yet in the danger zone.
My lipstick?
I should have asked Maria, do you know any of these players?
Yeah, so I don't believe I've played with any of them, but I have met a few of them, obviously. Diva, talked to her a few times. You know, I know all of the good work that she's doing with Flip. I'm a part of their Facebook group. And, of course, you know, Fang, I've met her on the EPT circuit a while back. And then Reed as well, you know, you see the WPA sticker there. I am also a part of the WPA, so definitely a lot of connections with all of these women, but I'm really inspired by all of their stories and really happy to see all of them enjoying Barcelona. And hopefully, you know, the one that wins the Platinum Pass will go on and do big things at the PSPC.
Yeah.
I noticed you didn't ask if I know any of the players at the table.
Well, we already had your thinly veiled brag about hanging out with them at the party last night, Joe.
Well, I also used to play poker with Diva occasionally in London when I lived there as well.
$800.
Pocket tens for Terry Hatcher.
I mean, I love that Terry moved to Vegas. I mean, she's got the Vegas grinder look down.
Same two cards as my first hand.
Indeed. And that was raise and take it as well. Pedro's asking for photos of the party. There was a videographer present, so I'm sure you'll be seeing some video clips on the socials.
I really hope not.
And do they host like a regular live events, live festivals?
Even if they blur your face out, we'll still know it's you.
They will know it's you. You can tell by the stomach.
January 9th is the first one. Okay. Of course, I'll be out of state for 3 months, but I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But New Orleans has, which is just 1 hour away.
1 hour?
New Orleans from my house.
Oh, yeah, big deal, yeah.
So going there in September for Poker Gras, like Mardi Gras, but it's Poker Gras.
Yeah.
Poker Gras. I'm in.
So under the gun
She raised
raise
to 5?
from Michelle Culhane, who's made it 500 with King Queen. And is Christina Reed going to get funky with King 5?
I was going to say,
This would be a heck of a time for Christina Reeds.
Sorry.
To try to make King high fold.
See, I prefer it singular because then she could be Christina Solid Reed.
All right, I can see that. That way you don't have to go through the DMV.
Pocket sixes. Lexi Sterner defends her big blind. And it is an ace, tray, deuce flop. C-bet and a fold.
So you travel the most to Orleans? New Orleans?
Like I said, I haven't been don't play a whole lot this year, but normally, yeah.
I love it that she mixes the cards.
Interesting comment from Tom on Twitch, Maria. I would think it's a bit overwhelming to be at this table. Fun, but the cameras might be intimidating. They're handling it like champs. Do you remember the first time you ever played a TV table?
Yeah, I think this is very well noted by Tom. The very first time I ever played at a TV table, it was extremely nerve-wracking. I mean, forget about the fact that this Platinum Pass, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is on the line. Just the fact that you are not used to playing under the lights and with the cameras, all of that can definitely factor into your ability to play your best game. So I definitely think these women are doing a good job, and it's okay to kind of settle in and let those nerves die down a little bit before you maybe start making reads with the King 5.
Making solid read.
And with Ace-King, Christina has raised to 700. Rounds the big blind of Michelle Culhane, and she folds as well.
Look, he's here, they're here.
Yeah.
The rail is here.
Our rail is here.
Oh,
Not
does he
mine.
have
I don't
a
know.
poster, yeah?
I don't know.
Did these women get to bring a +1 to Barcelona with them? It kind of sounds like there's some people on the rail. I don't
It's
know.
a good question. I don't know the terms of the prize package, but yes, it sounds like many of them do have guests.
I assume one of them would have invited me if I wasn't going to be here anyway.
For you later, no?
You were talking to them last night to try to get an invite.
For the next,
to,
yeah,
yes.
whoever wins. I was only to track down 3 of them, though. I really need the other 4 to not win it.
She's gluten-free, so
I
it's just, she cooks.
think that might be Christina Reed's son who's on the rail with a Chris Reedham and Weep
I love
banner.
it. That's the one, guys. That's going to stick.
Okay, so reads them and weep doesn't work.
That's the side I like, the other side. Yeah.
Christina Reed versus Diver Byrne. Ace-10 versus 6s. Jack-5 deuce board. 6 is still good.
We have seen Reed be rather aggressive when she has the betting lead, so this continue seems pretty standard. For Bryn, it's still a pretty good hand on this board. The 6s in position as well definitely helps.
Sixes still ahead. Byrne near enough an 85% favourite. But Reed bets the turn. Made it 900 on the flop. Now makes it 2,000 on the turn.
Bang, bang, double barrel.
I think without a lot of information on your opponent, you probably just have to let the 6s go. But if Byrne knew how aggressive Reed was getting in these spots, then maybe in a later hand she'll look her up.
Look, we're supposed to size people up at the poker table based on their image. That, to me, looks like a bluffer to me. That looks like a double barreler to me.
What about her looks like a bluffer?
She's dressed up like a playing card.
Do you see her necklace?
She's wearing a playing card.
It's a solid look.
And she's got a horseshoe on her finger.
Yeah.
So
Not the cards, obviously.
story does check out.
I don't think maybe online.
Deuces for Christina Reed.
Where's the big hands? Where's the aces? Where's the ladies?
I feel like that's your department. I know that you don't want to crank it just yet because you want to give these women some time to play, enjoy their time.
Yes.
Well, Terry Hatcher is in as well. We are going three-way to the flop, which is 8-7 deuce. Ooh. It is a set for Reed. Gut shot for Terry Hatcher.
Oh, it's one of the best feelings in poker, flopping a set of deuces.
And having someone lead into you.
So good.
Terry Hatcher bets 700 with the draw. And that looks like a raise from Christina Reed. 2,200. Gets rid of the Queen 6.
Okay.
And gets rid of the Jack 9 as well.
Shows it. Also looks like a shower.
Oh, we just missed it. Just made it.
Maria, I would imagine you're a member of many of these various organizations being rep today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many women's organizations these days. I love it. And they all collaborate, do things together, you know, between Flip and WPA and Plan, which I believe is represented on Jada Fang there, that red world globe.
There's a live stream, so you know we'll see.
Yeah. Raised.
Look, Mel has a question. Mel watching on Twitch. Who is the most experienced / accomplished player at this table? That's a tough one to answer.
Without knowing everyone's history, but I know Diva's been a pro for a long time.
Well, we know that Jada Fang.
Right. Yeah. I feel like any person who was good enough to be a PokerStars Online pro has to have quite a bit of experience. And of course, you know, being able to play online, playing more hands, multi-tabling, all of those things definitely contribute.
Counterpoint. Ali Shaban is on team.
Oh, come on. Oh, man.
I'm kidding, Ali.
This is Yada Fangdango. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that 2,100 euro tomorrow night is 15-minute level.
Just realized we have already hit the third level of the single table tournament.
Yeah.
Blinds are now 100, 300 with a 300 big blind ante.
Starts at 7 p.m. I was like, whoa, you played at 4 or 5 in the morning?
Is it called like hyper turbo, turbo?
No, it just says turbo.
Because someone told me it goes 300 runs.
The hyper and the hyper is 10 minutes.
Yeah, the hyper is 10 minutes.
So obviously we're hearing sounds from some of the other tables. We're seeing some of the other tables at Casino Barcelona. It is day 1A of the EPT main event. It is day 2 of the Super High Roller, the 100k buy-in, which we'll be streaming tomorrow. We'll cover the final table of that one. Lots of poker being played here. Did you see the field in the Australias?
I mean, I was a little bummed that I didn't just fly out earlier. I could have played in that event just 3 days before if I just came a little earlier.
Raise to 700 with ace-jack. Defend by king-7. Another Reed-reared confrontation. Orally reared, by the way, was an audio-visual engineer in Paris. She is now a professional poker player. She competes in tournaments all around the world. Currently lives in Cardiff in the UK with a husband, her cat, and a dog called Gamble. So ace High, still the best hand. Gets
King
checked
high.
to showdown.
Yep.
And
I didn't
already
even want to call the extra 5.
Reared will win that one.
C'est moi qui avais le 5. Tu n'avais pas joué.
An extra. Hold extra 4.
So where are we at? 18 hands have been played. This therefore is hand 19 of this Platinum Pass tournament. One of these 7 women will win. Free entry to next year's PSPC. Prize package worth $30,000.
I'm so glad Maria's here so she can handle this question. Because I know what it means, but I think it'd sound better coming from you. What does CO mean again?
Cut off?
Yeah. But what is it? I mean, it's not what does it stand for. What does it mean? Do you not know either? I mean, I know, but
There's a meaning behind the position being named cutoff?
no. But what is the cutoff?
Oh, I was like, I've never heard that story. Okay, the cutoff is the position before the button.
There you go.
I believe, and we have got a hand here, by the way, kings against jacks.
Ooh.
Jacks in the cutoff. The idea is that you cut off the button's advantage by raising before them.
No, are you being serious?
Yeah. No, that's what I always thought it meant too.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I've never heard that.
What did you think it was about? Jean shorts?
And you have the opportunity to hijack the advantage from the cutoff by acting before them.
And then low jack the advantage from the hijack?
I mean,
I actually wrote an action screenplay about a heist that takes place during the World Series of Poker. It's called Hijack Cutoff.
So we are going 3-way to the flop. Kings versus jacks versus queen jack and a low board.
Yeah.
And this is not a good spot for Terry Hatcher, who's got 45 big blinds behind.
No. I mean, the good news is it was just a single raised pot before the flop. So perhaps she could find a way to not lose her entire stack by folding.
Wow.
By folding. I did not see that coming, guys.
What? The wrong player
Unbelievable.
is named Reed.
I've gone all in there.
Guys,
Michelle, would you have liked it?
I need to go out there and give Cole Haynes some sunglasses. Clearly, she gave something off in that hand because
Well, you didn't have a set.
that is unbelievable.
Didn't have a set. So.
Wow.
Facebook page.
Did you?
Stars Live. I didn't need a set.
No, you didn't need it.
If you didn't have a set, I didn't need a set.
If someone folded jacks to me there, I would be furious.
You would walk right off stage,
Yes.
actually. I am in shock.
I genuinely thought Terry Hatcher was going to lose a significant percentage of her
Nope.
chips. I thought there was a slim chance you went broke on that hand.
I mean, for once, the jacks meme pays off, right? No
Yep.
set, no bet with
Well,
jacks.
Also, there is one person we can learn something about on how to play jacks because she made that look easy.
You play them like deuces.
Well, already Reard has opened here with sevens. Makes it 700. Jacks in the small blind for Diver Byrne.
Well, we're not going to see them played any better than
No.
that. So
It's a tall order for Byrne here. I think she is contemplating perhaps does she call or does she 3-bet? It looks like she is just going to make the call out of the small blind, giving Reard some respect for her under the gun +1 open.
Jack 9-3. Okay.
okay, you actually maybe we will see jacks played somewhat differently this time.
So that is a set. So now we can bet.
Okay. A little hope for those sevens against the flop set, though.
Oh yeah.
but rear doesn't call to see the river. And okay, you know, 2 hands where jacks were played very well. And I mean, I think that this is it, guys. I think that they should both write a book on how to play jacks. We could learn a lot from
Jacks
them.
have been solved.
We could learn a lot from these two.
So hand 21. So we're coming towards the end of the 3rd level. Still have all 7 players. We have a raise here from Christina Reed, who is the chip leader right now. Christina opens with ace-6. Diver Burns got king-3 suited on the button. And this is quite a large raise. With the blinds at 100, 300, Christina's made it 1,100.
Byrne looking to 3-bet the king-3 of hearts here. That's how she feels about the cutting off the advantage from the dealer.
Does not get a fold. Christina calling with the best hand. Has to play the flop out of position without the betting lead. Queen 9-9, and you figure if this goes check bet, we'll probably see a fold. C-bet of 2,500. I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Christina calls here with ace-high, Maria, but
Nice hand.
not this time.
Yeah, gonna give her a little respect. It is the first 3-bet pot I feel like we've seen so far, and Bryn hasn't really shown herself to be out of line.
Here. Over here.
She had a pair.
So with that hand, Diver has taken the chip lead. Slight advantage over Shida Fang and Michelle Culhane. Terry Hatcher is the shortest stack right now, but still has 45 big blinds. Saying that, blinds will go up again in 3 minutes' time. Queen Jack for Fang, opening. Raises to 700. And that looks like just a call from Michelle Culhane in the small blind with ace-jack. And that means Aurélie Riad is getting a good price in the big blind. She's got queens.
I have a feeling the price is going to go up now.
Loren Riad.
Yeah, that is a 3-bet to 3,400.
Jack offsuit, not quite good enough to come along. Suited variety may have joined in, and Culhane makes the fold with the ace-jack.
That's a great fold knowing you're blocking queens.
So I see quite a few people asking about the EPT main event. I know the live updates team from Poker News are covering days 1A and 1B. As far as our streaming coverage is concerned, we always pick up the main event at the start of day 2, which is where the field merges. All remaining players from the 2 day ones play in the same room at the same time. Right now we are covering this PSPC Women's Platinum Pass tournament. It is winner takes all. These 7 women were nominated back in 2020. It was a special promotion that PokerStars ran in March of that year to celebrate International Women's Day. The promotion, the PSPC, postponed by the pandemic, but now, more than 2 years later, we are here and these finalists are able to make this trip to Barcelona and play for that 30K package to the PSPC.
Yeah, whoever wins this is going to be in for a treat. I mean, the first PSPC was amazing to be a part of, to be able to play in that. And I know that it will be nice to see more women in a big buy-in event like that.
Queen, deuce, tray, 2 hearts, 1 club for Hatcher, bottom pair for Fang.
Degenerate asks, can Spraggy play the main event day A and day B? Yes, in theory you can, because it is a single re-entry tournament. So you could enter 1A and then choose to play 1B. You could fire both bullets in the same starting flight. You could bust day 1B and then buy in at the start of day 2. That's when registration closes. But crucially, single re-entry only.
I think for all main events, that's how it should be. I like the idea of just a single re-entry for mains. Let's do away with the unlimited re-entries. Let's start there.
I think we had to find a balance. I mean, I've made no secret of the fact that for a main event, I think freeze out is the best route to go, but equally can't ignore the fact that people want big prize pools, and if people are traveling, they want the opportunity to make the most of that experience. So to me, it's the compromise solution, Maria. I think single re-entry is the best way round the balancing the two things.
As someone who routinely goes broke in level 2 of a tournament, I like a single re-entry.
But as someone who's had pieces of you in tournaments, I prefer freeze out.
I'm getting to the point where I just offer Maria pieces of the second bullet. I spare her on the first one.
Or you just don't tell me you're going to play something, and then by the time I find out, you're already back from the event.
I told you, I just spared you. I was like, I just knew I was not going to cash in anything. You're fine.
So this has got a little bit shallower. Blinds have now gone to 200, 400, which means the chip leader has 80 bigs. The shortest stack is now 30 bigs. Diver Burn, by the way, is the current chip leader.
Yeah, but everyone's still close enough in chips that, you know, any of the shorter stacks doubling through would mean a roll reversal.
Yeah. Kaboom! Poker has a question for you, Maria. What is your favorite EPT stop? You are allowed to have a favorite, even if you love them all.
The mayor of Barcelona is listening right now.
Honestly, I do actually love them all, but I would have to say it's a toss-up between Monte Carlo and Barcelona. I mean, yes, everything is very overpriced in Monte Carlo, but nothing really beats that venue, the open air venue, and of course it's beautiful there. And Barcelona, again, this location is prime for doing things outside of poker. You don't really have an excuse to not leave the poker room when you're in Barcelona. Everything is literally right outside.
To buy some Le Bon.
All those trashy bars are gone, though, on the beach.
I think a couple are still left.
Luckily, I wasn't down to walk that far.
Well, we've got a blind v blind battle here. Jada Fang raising small to big with 9s. Christina Reed with 4s. Re-raises to 3,900.
Haven't seen a lot of 3-bets today. And this one is going to run into a much better hand.
And Fang has called. We're going to the flop. That flop is ace, 4, deuce to set. I think it'll be the ace that saves Jada Fang here.
Yeah, especially given the fact that Reed did 3-bet pre-flop, it puts a lot of her hands weighted towards that big ace range. I don't think she would have expected a 3-bet out of 4s necessarily.
Yeah. That from Christina Reed is 2,000 into a pot of 8,200.
It would be okay to just call once and decide on future streets, but
you'll see later.
But this gives her a lot of respect here.
Have a big pair.
You had a big ace.
Jeremy, watching on YouTube, has a question. Was this an invite-only table?
Please have an ace.
Kind of, Jeremy. These women were nominated. So the idea of the promotion was put forward the names of women in poker who've made a positive impact on the game, people who've done things for the community, and nominations were made via Twitter and email.
Why?
A panel of judges then created a shortlist. They decided on who the finalists should be, and those finalists were then invited to come to Barcelona and play for the Platinum Pass.
Yeah. It'll be turbo. It'll be over in 3. Well, 3 to 4.
2.5. I know. This doesn't seem like it right now.
Oh, no. It's just like...
If there's a break in the conversation, I'll ask this question of Maria. This sent in from Maugs.
Somebody here.
Yeah, just missed you.
From someone who loved poker from the day Maugs turned 18 to the age of 30, which they are now, how does one get excited again? Played it for the first time in months, and they get super bored now. They don't want to hate the game. They want to love it. What would you suggest to rekindle your love affair with poker?
I mean, to be honest, I've never really lost my love affair for poker. I don't know if I'm the best person to answer this question, but I think that if you find yourself getting bored, maybe it's just because... I mean, I for one was very excited the first time I got to play live poker again, especially after the pandemic. But, you know, I think it's okay to maybe pick up a few more new games. I mean, mix games, start dabbling, maybe, you know, in something different than just Hold'em. I could see that Hold'em could get a little monotonous after a while, so maybe it's time to get into Omaha or short deck even. Short deck, you will not be bored playing short deck. I will tell you that right now.
That's a good answer I wouldn't have thought of. Learn some more games. Obviously, I think Maugs just said that they took a break from it. I think taking a break from it is something that can help sometimes. And my other suggestion would be play with some different people. Go play with people that you find more interesting. For me, poker's a social game.
Yeah.
You know, PokerStars home games, totally free. Play money, play with friends, hop on Zoom. Made some great friendships over the last couple of years.
Don't need to use Zoom anymore. You can use the video function inside of home games.
Is there? Okay, cool. I haven't been on in a while.
So we've seen Lexi Sterner open under the gun with ace-10. Already Reed has called, sorry, Christina Reed has called in the small blind with 5s, and Diver Byrne is in as well with 5-3 of diamonds from the big blind. The flop is 6-6-4.
Yeah, a bit of something for everyone. You know, even Sterner, who is in 3rd place right now with ace high, still looks okay with that paired board.
Race.
Oh, Reed. Again, I have seen Reed be quite aggressive in a lot of situations, possibly even the most aggressive at the table so far. It's been working out for her. This could deny Byrne her straight draw equity.
Sorry to interrupt, Maria. Joe, you have moderator privileges on YouTube, right?
They're gone.
Can you take care of some of the Neanderthals?
Yes, I can.
You. Appreciate it.
Been doing my best, but they're numerous today.
Oh, it must be slow. I missed it. I just see message deleted now, but maybe for the best, guys, that I don't see it.
It's like a lot of men's rights activists hanging out in chat today.
Reed really establishing herself as a dominant player so far in the chip lead.
Yeah. currently playing 28,200. Diver Byrne in second place right now with 22,700. Terry Hatcher remains in 7th place with around 30 big blinds. Blinds going up in 6 minutes. 15-minute blind levels.
Hello.
Aces under the gun. Michelle Culhane opening.
Cool hand, Kool-Aid.
I mean, last time she did get a little gypped from much action with kings. Let's see if she gets a little more action with the aces.
Oh, we've got pocket fives for Aurélie Ried. Still in relatively early position. So, folded around to Diver Byrne, who has Jack-10 suited in the small blind.
Well, Jack-10 suited is a fun hand to go to war with aces.
Oh, wow. So, a pair of jacks and the open-ended straight draw for Diver Byrne. Overpair and a gut shot for Michelle Culhane. Action check to Michelle. She checks it back. Oh no, she's thrown in chips. 3,000. She has C-bet.
Yeah, this is the type of situation where as Byrne I would just be calling. You know, there are 2 spades out there, plus Culhane did open from under the gun. You know that you are most likely up against a very strong hand. You know that you have equity, but I don't think she realizes quite yet that 2 of her outs are in Culhane's hand. But you imagine that you're going to be up against a lot of sets here, and ace-kings, and of course aces as well.
It's the 9 on the turn. That is a straight for Diver Byrne, who is now a 93% favorite. Action goes check, check. River is a 6. Diver has a lock on this.
Culhane gets burned.
I mean, any chance that Michelle realizes how dangerous that board is for aces? Doesn't lose a ton here?
Who folded the jacks on the 9-high board?
Oh, that was Hatcher.
I don't like Culhane's chances here then. People had a hard time letting go of aces.
Looks like Byrne's going for 6K. There is that missed flush draw, but Culhane does have the ace of spades in her hand. She does make a quick call.
6,000 was the value bet from Diver Byrne, and she is back in the #1 position, back in the catbird seat. 85 bigs for Diver Byrne.
She had straight.
And Michelle Culhane now the shortest stack with 25 bigs.
We had made that prop bet earlier.
Making her relive it. Whoops. I know people don't like this, but I definitely would have apologized. I'd been like, I'm sorry.
I find myself apologizing all the time. I'm like, stop it, Maria. You stop it. These people would not feel bad for you if they did it to you.
That's true. It's definitely only one way. People go, don't say sorry. You're not sorry. I'm like, yes, no, I actually am. You don't understand. I'm happy I'm unhappy no matter what in this game.
And 28. 2 minutes on the clock till the blinds go up, and we have ace-king suited for Christina Reed. Starts this hand second in chips. She's open to 1,300. Chip leader Diver Byrne has pocket tens on the button.
Burn so far, you know, finding good 3-bet spots. And this time against a cutoff open, yeah, I think she's going to go for it.
And we could see a battle of the two biggest stacks here, but I think it's important to highlight, Maria, that ICM isn't a thing here. This is winner takes all.
Right, and because of that, I would expect that some players will play a little bit faster. I think Reed, though, just wants to see a flop with her suited ace-king.
I mean, as flops go,
Dece.
Tens cannot be too dissatisfied with this.
Yeah.
After diver 3-bet pre, Christina decided just to flat with ace-king, did not re-raise.
And although Reed has been pretty active, I think this could go either way. You could check back as Vern, or you could just put in a small c-bet and hope that you have a lot of continues out of your opponent.
I mean, truly, it's just such a beautiful spot. Like, you don't have to be worried about anything whatsoever.
Yeah, the only thing you have to be worried about is if your opponent has enough of a hand to call you with, and that is always the hope.
Christina now leading the turn. This is curious. So check called the flop for 2,000, now leading out for 3,700. We can see she is drawing dead.
Especially with that sizing, it should feel really defensive to Burn, which is why I'd like to just see a call here. It doesn't really feel like Reed has a very strong hand because of the small sizing she took. So great spot to just call and hope your opponent bets into you again on the river.
$19.8 in the middle, 18.8 behind for Christina Reed.
Yeah, she does look like she might. Does end up checking. A little bit of a fake out.
I might have felt compelled to semi-bluff the spade draw here.
Is Diver Burn going to go for max value here?
Yeah, it's interesting because as played, I think she would give Reed a stronger hand than ace-king. But I don't know if she thinks she could take her whole stack SPR of a 1. Looks like maybe going for around half pot.
Same hand I had last time against you.
The bet is 11,000.
What did Tina Turner say, Maria?
What's love got to do with it?
Yes, what else did she say?
I can't say I know many Tina Turner songs.
From the soundtrack of the motion picture Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, we don't need another hero.
Or in this case, we don't need a hero. A bluff raise would be horrible, but really fun to watch, I think. There we go. Bricked another flush draw.
I folded the nuts with my 7-9 off.
Not sure those were the nuts.
No. You will be so glad you folded 7-9 off in that spot. Diver Burn
It went up a level there?
has close to 45,000 chips. Blinds have just gone up to 300, 600. That means Diver's playing 75 big blinds.
Yeah.
Michelle Culhane has 16 bigs. We finally have a player in the danger zone.
Danger's
It
out!
was, but I mean,
Oh, that was weird.
out of position.
By the way, some people in chat, we also would have accepted Rolling on the River. I would have given you half credit on that one.
Yeah, I should have. That is one of the songs I did know.
I also would have accepted insure my legs for $1 million, please. That's something else she said.
Shot of
I
fame.
assume.
Opening here with ace-9 of hearts. Eight-6 in the big blind for Aurélie Reard. That is a defend. Flop, king 7-3.
Flop flag always.
I will remember to bring a jacket
Diva,
for
can
the
you
commentary
break that
booth
for me?
next time. It's a little chilly here.
It's significantly colder than yesterday.
And significantly colder than in my room at home, where I usually do the broadcast from. What a gent, this Stapes. Everybody out there, don't believe what you've heard about Stapes. Good man he is. Giving me his jacket.
We are basically bringing the whole Vegas vibe here to Barcelona, where it's scorching hot outside and we're freezing cold on the inside.
A couple of big hands, some pretty hands.
Yeah, I'm saying, let me know.
Interesting that Michelle Culhane just called on the button with ace-king.
It's a drawing hand.
Yeah, she definitely had the stack where I think a shove would be extremely valuable just for her stack and give her some protection.
So three-way to the flop, which is Jack 8-5. Two players with ace-10. Culhane still ahead with ace-king. King on the turn. Culhane now near enough a 90% favorite. And now moves all in on the turn.
Data?
Yeah.
Lives in Oklahoma. You play a lot of poker in Oklahoma, don't you?
I have. Maybe I've seen her before at good old WinStar Casino.
I was going to start singing, but I realized that I don't really want the estate of Rogers and Hammerstein to come after us.
And they will.
Oh, they will. One of the first ever gigs I had as an entertainment reporter in 1998 was to cover the revival of Oklahoma on the West End stage, starring Maureen Lipman and a very little-known Australian actor called Hugh Jackman.
And they were never seen or heard from again.
Button moved.
Did you say anything about Hugh Jackman in your review?
Little cards.
I remember thinking he was very talented.
800.
I know. It's like 15-minute blinds. No time to...
Next thing I know, he shows up in an X-Men movie 2 years later.
How long do you think it is till a break?
What's that?
How long do you think it is till a break?
It says 50 minutes.
At the end of this 6 or 6 plus 15?
50. 50.
Oh, 50. I can't see that.
Yeah, there will
Says it
be
up
a break at
Yes,
the
that's
end of
every
the
2
second
hours.
hour of play.
Normal.
So we've got level 5 to play out, 6 minutes left on the clock, and then another 3 levels, and then the players will be on break. Ace-8 open from the cutoff. Ace-deuce in the small.
Fang is just a fun name to say. Fang-tastic.
Looks like Fang's just checking out rear stack, seeing how many effective big blinds she's playing, and decides that she's just going to give her respect off of that 23 big blind open.
So Terry Hatcher clinging on with 18 bigs right now. A couple of players, Lexi Sterner and Michelle Culhane, hovering around the 25 big blind mark. Diver Byrne building up a decent chip lead, but still all 7 players in contention. 33 hands. I'll be honest with you, Maria, I didn't think we'd get into the second hour without losing a player.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few pre-flop coolers, but these players just decided not to play a huge pre-flop pot, and I think that's why we see that they are all still here, just trying to survive for a little bit. But as we mentioned, in a winner-take-all format, you definitely need to be finding opportunities to get the chips in the middle.
Condensation tells me those bottles of water are chilled. I'm not a fan of chilled water, Maria. I'm a room temperature water person.
And it's better for you.
So I hear. King Bradley says it's so hot in Spain, you need that cold. As we just established, Bradley, Your Majesty, it is not that hot indoors. The air conditioning is definitely doing its work right now.
It's to buy the sweatshirt.
Wow, Reed with the 10-3-0 open from the button.
Yeah, and it's going to meet resistance here. Lexi Sterner with ace-king in the big blind. Re-raises.
I want the other 8 behind.
coming to the end of the 5th level. 2 minutes left on the clock. Then the blinds will go up to 400, 800. I think that will be a not insignificant jump, especially for the players with sub-25 big blind stacks. And pocket tens for Aurélie Reard. Raises to 1,500. It's round to the blinds. And looks like both Sterner and Culhane have folded. Snap folded the king-queen there, Maria.
Yeah, a little bit surprised by that, but, you know, Culhane probably just deciding she didn't want to get involved.
Well, Joe Stapleton has stepped out of the commentary booth. The good news, we've upgraded that position. Jennifer Shahadi, welcome.
Thank you. Very excited to see these ladies battling it out.
Now, did you think coming in an hour a bit into play that they would still be seven-handed? Did you think you'd get to see all 7 of them in action?
No, definitely not. I would have lost that bet. Shocked, but excited that I get to see everyone play. But now that I'm here, you know, I'm going to bring the bad luck for one of them, no doubt. Someone's going down in the next 5 minutes.
There are a few 20 big blind stacks, so definitely anything can happen at this stage. I just need a couple of pre-flop coolers. And Stapes is gone, so he's probably going to start cranking it.
He may well be cranking the cooler machine. We have got 10-9 suited, the Grafton. Diver Byrne making a disciplined fold with ace-8. How many of these players do you know, Jen?
I think I met all of them at the party last night.
Right.
The fantastic PokerStars party. But yes, I know Diva as the founder of Flip. She's doing fantastic things for women in poker. I know this woman who's thinking right now, Terry Hatcher.
Well, it's actually Aurélie Reard's big blind, and looks like she's defending with King 7. Oh, this could get spicy. Pair of 7s for Reard. Straight draw for Fang.
I think against an early position opener, you'd probably just check call with the 7s and decide on later streets. Not a whole lot of reason to get too aggressive at this point.
Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fang has a straight.
And that is the gin card indeed. How much do you think she's going to bet, Maria?
I mean, I feel like with that flush draw on board, you probably go a little bit bigger, you know, maybe a little more than half pot, 65% or so, and of course set it up nicely if your opponent were to call for a river shove.
And she did exactly that. And I think we're up to 400, 800 now.
Yes, indeed. The blinds roll into level number 6. And a reminder, these 7 women are playing for a Platinum Pass free entry to the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship. This is, of course, not the only way that Platinum Passes can be won. Plenty of opportunities to win them both live and online. Road to PSPC, for example, is a live tournament series running now. Platinum Passes added to the prize pool, awarded to the winners. Go to PokerStarsLive.com to check out the full schedule. They literally are taking place all around the world. So wherever you are, chances are there is a Road to PSPC event near you. For example, I live in the UK. There's an event in Nottingham soon. If you're in Germany, there's an event in Hamburg coming soon. Here in Spain, we're going to Seville. So check out that schedule, PokerStarsLive.com, and find out where you can play a Road to PSPC event and potentially win a platinum pass worth $30,000 gets you free entry to the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship, plus an amazing holiday at what I hope will be an amazing resort. Now, here's my question, Maria. I've never been to Baha Mar before. Have you?
Yes, I have, and it's beautiful. I mean, you know, no knock to Atlantis, but obviously it's always nice to switch things up. And Baha Mar is newer, and I really enjoyed my time there. I thought the service was exceptional. I know some people had some complaints about the service at Atlantis, so I think people are going to be in for a really, really nice change if it's going to be their first time visiting that property.
Yeah, I kind of feel that with all the delays and the postponement of the PSPC, you've got to make it now something worth waiting for, and hopefully the new destination will provide that.
Well, I'm from Philadelphia, so Bahamas in January, baby. It's all good.
The only problem with losing Joe is that now I've got no one to wrangle the Neanderthals on YouTube.
I think we can set them off.
I was going to say, I need moderator privileges. I'll do it, James. You just put me to task. I'm going to...
To misquote Game of Thrones, ban them all!
Teresa.
800?
It's okay.
All these players very beloved in their communities. Many of them have started women's groups to get more females into the game of poker. Beautiful to see them now getting a chance to play at 25K.
Yeah, and Jen, you know, I feel like you and I obviously, we know quite a bit of the women that are involved in forming these organizations and promoting more women in the game. But of course, a lot of these women being more localized, you know, in their own community. And so there's so many different people that are putting out Facebook groups and ways for women to connect online regarding the game. And so it's always really nice to see them be celebrated, since we may not have heard of all of these various organizations that are going on in card rooms all over the world, really.
Yeah, you see Flip, WPA right here representing their women's poker groups. I actually got into poker more seriously because of PokerStars Women Initiatives about 10 years ago. I couldn't afford to play in the big, 10Ks at these EPTs, but they started running like $1,000 PokerStars Women's events, and I was like, that's something that I can get into. And that really hooked me onto the game. Actually, I think the first one I won was one to the PCA. So it's very meaningful giving women the chance just to like meet new friends. I saw all these ladies hanging out yesterday at the PokerStars party. Talk strategy, even make travel plans together. I can't tell you how much it can keep women in the game to do that.
Yeah, it's a turbo, and she just did that.
I kind of feel every time the party gets mentioned, Maria's getting a little bit jealous. I'm taking you arrived too late for the party, or...
I did. I did not make it to the party, so between that and missing the Estrella's event, I feel like the best part's already behind me, guys. What else do I have to look forward to?
I'm going to reiterate, Maria, this is day 2 of 8 as far as our live coverage is concerned. You got the Super High Roller to look forward to. You're going to be playing the EPT main event tomorrow, right?
Yes. Very excited about that.
Don't worry, there wasn't delicious sushi, fire throwing, dancers, and yeah, it was just an average party. No, it was a blast, and we did miss you, Maria. And the players got a chance to meet a lot of poker celebrities there. They will get more chances to meet you, as it sounds like you're going to be here for the next week.
I will be. I'm excited to be here.
I actually did talk to a few people who were really excited to meet you and excited that you were going to be doing commentary for this.
Oh. I know. I hope I get to chat to these women maybe after they're done for the day. I'll head out there, try to find them.
Oh, yeah, we've got a women's cocktail hour at the Arts Hotel, so that'll be a good chance to get to meet some of them.
Cocktails, Maria's on board.
I was going to say, why do I not have access to this social schedule that Jen should I need a copy of that,
You're
Jen.
invited.
Please forward that email to me immediately.
And we'll be toasting whoever the winner is.
Good luck, Chris.
Let's see. These are big hands to wake up with in late position.
Yeah, and we have a classic race underway at this table, and it's pretty much
I
thought I had the best hand, but you know.
pretty much guaranteed an elimination here, because
I'm covered, I think. Yeah.
if Ace Jack loses,
I'm not doing so well, but I'm not all
Aurélie Reard is out.
Never know.
If fives lose, Christina Reed's going to be left with 100 chips.
Je suis près de la chance, j'ai droit?
Yeah, I mean, no one really wants to be the first person out in a sit and go, but again, because there's just one prize being awarded, you really have to find chances to double up, get the chips in the middle.
That is Aurélie's husband, Alex, on the rail.
Oh.
C'est long. It's a long time.
I know. It's like, hold up one time.
Faut pas savoir. Je veux pas savoir.
Non, elle avait des rois.
Flop is King 8-3. Fives are holding. Aurélie Reard still looking for an ace or a jack to survive.
Can you see the cards up here?
One.
Oh, you can't see the cards.
Also stunned.
Reed,
I know,
using her one time. I mean, not a bad
Oh,
place for it. Ooh.
The jack on the turn means she really needs to use that one time now. We'll need a 5 on the river. Instead, Barry Greenstein makes an appearance. And with two pair, Aurélie Reard doubles up. Now, Christina Reed is not out. Christina Reed still has a chip. And that means she still has a chair.
I know, we both love it. No, you have me
It's
covered.
so weird that you occasionally get those races where it's pretty much one or the other is going out.
Oh, 100. Oh my God.
Stapes is probably really bummed he's not in the commentary booth for this, because how many opportunities does he really get to say the saying that he first came up with so long ago?
Well, New Dave watching on Twitch says it's time for the biggest spin up of all time. That's the thing. When you do have the chip and the chair, you're not out.
And it's the smallest chip, too, so it's really the perfect utilization of the phrase, right? I mean, that could be a 5K chip, but no, it's a 100 chip, so can she run it up? I mean, hey, they're never more valuable than when you have very few of them, right? It's a silver lining.
So this is hand 40. We're still at the 400, 800 blind level. And I think, I'm not even sure if, oh, she's forced all in. Christina Reed is in the small blind in this hand, so she is forced all in.
That's so loud. Oh, they're on break. It's like, what happened? Raised.
Ooh, nice hand to wake up for Terry.
Yeah, she started this hand with 13 big, so, I think it might all end up going in here. Fang on the button with ace-jack.
Yeah, because Terry started the hand with like 10 bigs.
We saw Fang give Hatcher a lot of respect earlier in this exact position. She was actually up against a worse ace from Hatcher, but Fang didn't 3-bet with ace-jack, but I think with these stack sizes, yeah, it's going to go in.
So ace-king opens, ace-jack shoves. We've already established that Christina Reed is forced all in from the small blinds. The decision is now on Diver Byrne in the big blind.
My daughter doesn't play poker. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you folded? Oh, I call.
Diver Byrne folds. Terry Hatcher calls.
Oh, I have garbage.
Three-way all in.
Okay,
And
I'm live.
two players at risk here, although it is currently Terry Hatcher with the best
I
hand.
could win the ante.
Look at that with Reed with a higher chance than Fang.
I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah.
All I said is get it in ahead, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm live.
I mean, I could go stand there, but it's not going to make it go any faster.
Give me loosen it. Hold up.
I have ace king, she has ace jack.
I mean,
She
if
has
the jack
king,
comes
deuce.
down,
Her
we
doesn't
could
matter.
see John Duthie eliminate 2 players here.
Ace king against ace jack. I got it in good either way. Right?
I made sicker. It's like, oh my god.
Speaking
Are
of
they gonna
women's
make us,
groups,
like,
another one,
suspense?
Poker League of Nations.
Who is the ace queen?
Ace king gets
Tear.
carrot. Yeah.
Dang, ace jack.
Girl loves her hearts.
Well, Hatcher might not need them. She's already ahead.
If it wasn't you that raised earlier when I had jacks,
Okay.
I would have went over the top on that board.
It looks like the chat is predicting deuce, deuce, deuce.
Yeah, you would have called me.
I mean, it would be
Yeah,
scary if they were able to predict flops 30 minutes after it already happened.
No, I was only going to shove after the flop. Yeah. Never pre-flop, because if you do have
So Terry Hatcher all in with ace king. Christina Reed all in for just 100 chips with 10 deuce offsuit. Jia Fang has them both covered, but is dominated by Terry Hatcher.
10 in the window. And
There
it
is a queen 10
Don't call it a
deuce
comeback.
flop.
I mean, I could get on board with this, you know, chip in a chair story coming out and ending up winning the whole thing. Oh,
King
no.
on the turn means we could see a double
Yeah,
KO.
that's what I said. There's the straight.
nice hand.
I need a 10 or a deuce, please.
Only a jack saves me.
For a hope.
What's that?
Oh, my goodness.
So a full house on the river
Oh, yeah.
will save
It's okay. Congratulations.
Christina Reed, but
It's all good. Very unlucky. It's okay. It's okay.
we
I'll see you
are
guys. Go.
going to lose Terry Hatcher.
She said she'd see you guys.
Oh,
She's all right.
thank you.
Christina Reed now has
Ace
1,200
jack is over at this
chips.
table. Oh, yeah. I know. It's such a
And
good
the
one.
button?
Get it in
Unfair.
good. That's all you can do. Get it in a head. I mean, I did the right.
Get it in bad and free.
So Terry Hatcher, the first player
I call
out,
for the
loses
10
ace king to ace jack.
Fair and square.
There's her very supportive daughter who's traveling with
Fair and
her.
square,
I met her
yeah.
at the party yesterday. She was so excited for this trip and for her mom.
I'm first one out, which is kind of weird because I'm definitely one of the better players. She flopped a set on me.
Oh, and on the button. So,
She
yeah.
flopped a set on me, and she flopped. And the other one
There's a
had
chance.
I had jacks.
I love that confidence. She said she's one of the better players.
Oh, my glass case is there.
Gotta have confidence to win, right?
I find good cards is probably the best strategy.
Yeah, especially in what? How many minute levels here? We got
15.
very turbo, but long term you need confidence to win.
Merci.
And Lucky, I know that even if même si on n'attendait rien, c'est horrible.
Oh, okay. That's my luck. You have to be lucky. I'm so glad you won, though.
Call Me Greeny says, can someone explain how she now has 1,200 chips? Yes, the big blind ante, which you are eligible to win. So yes, 100 from each of the players, including the big blind, plus the full ante.
One nice thing about having this type of stack, and there aren't that many positives of it, is when somebody raises in front of you and you get your chips in, a lot of times the other players fold and you get another chance to like triple, quadruple up your stack. So let's see if that can happen for her, Christina.
Not going to play this hand. Diver Byrne still has the chip lead right now, playing 54 big blinds, queen 3 offsuit.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of wider opens from the button when you have her stack. You know, we weren't really necessarily seeing that out of her in the beginning when everybody was, you know, playing about the same stack. But at this point, I think it's nice for her to step it up.
Yeah, the psychological pressure, even though it is winner take all. So technically it shouldn't matter. I think people do want to stick around, especially being that it's a TV table.
Yeah.
My mom's cooler than your mom.
Love it.
That
Love it.
is Christina's son, Matt, who's brought his signs to the rail.
All in 12.
You haven't seen her hand yet. I think it's going to be a good one.
Don't look at him.
Okay. Christina Reed all in against Aurelie Reed.
Oh, yeah, that's the word.
We have seen so many Reed-Reed confrontations today.
I thought it was show him.
Yeah.
That's right. You got to stand up for this one.
I was supposed to do, wait, I got to get the backpack.
Gets it in good this time. Ace-9 against 7-3.
Ace-9.
Oh, 7 and a 3. And Reed drawing thin.
Okay, now you slowly start to back away from the table, and then after the turn done, you turn your back, and then whatever you need will magically appear. So I've heard. She's gonna need a. Oh well, now she's trying to.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't matter what she does.
Nice try, Maria, but nah. Sadly, we lose Christina Reed, second player out, taking us down to 5 players. Of course, this is winner takes all. I hope everyone who's come here to Barcelona has enjoyed the experience of coming to an EPT, going to the party last night, playing on this stage in this amazing venue. But only one of the remaining 5 will walk away a winner with that 30K package for the PSPC.
She said unlucky. Said poker.
The button moves, yes.
Freaking ace jack.
Yeah. That was the button crack. Button moves.
I was beaten.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
So Diver Byrne leads with 56 bigs. Aurelie Reed has 44 big blinds. Jada Fang 40, and then 2 short stacks. Lexi Sterner playing 16 bigs. Michelle Culhane 13 big blinds. Actually, that will all change in 20 seconds. After this hand, the blinds will go to 500 and 1,000.
Lexi Sterner, nurse and a poker player, was working overtime during the pandemic when this places for the final table were selected. And she told me actually at the party last night that on the airplane she did perform in a medical emergency.
What?
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So good karma here for this final table. But anyway, she feels really great. She's having a great time in Barcelona.
Next time, like I said, my 5 sold up against the ace jack. I knew which. I was right about what she had. I thought she would fold when I made the 3-bet shove. Yeah. So, I mean, when she turned the ace jack off, I was like, yeah, that's what I thought she had. So that's all I could do. You can't control what flops.
That is true. You cannot control it.
Ooh, if you could control it, though.
Yeah.
You want these babies.
So first hand of 501K blind level, and it's pocket kings for Aurelie Reed.
Yeah, and Reed, who couldn't get too much going at the start of this sit and go, now really finds herself in a good position, and of course, picking up big hands doesn't hurt.
I mean, that's the right way around. You can afford to sit back and not do anything for the first few levels, but now we see the blinds going up, we see the stacks getting shallower. Now you need to pick up cards.
Absolutely.
And confidence.
And confidence.
That's what Diva has. She's defending her big blind with Jack-7 off.
Yeah, I haven't really played with Diva before, and this is probably the first time I think I've seen her play, and I am very impressed with just her table presence and also the way that she has picked really good spots so far. You know, had a nice little 3-bet bluff earlier with the king 3 suited, and then, you know, had some big hands, and now, you know, being able to defend a bit wider in the big blind and kind of knowing how to navigate post is something that you have to have a bit of experience to feel comfortable doing.
Experience and confidence. But unfortunately, she did hit a piece, so she is going to have to peel off one here. And probably going to result her in losing more money.
2,700 is the continuation bet from Reard. Diver does indeed call, and we'll be looking for some help on the turn. It is a 3.
Yeah, really safe board for the kings. Of course, you know, 6-5 does get there, but you can certainly get a lot of value from other hands.
I mean, this is getting chunky now. 6,100 from Reard. Still second pair for Byrne.
Yeah, Byrne hasn't really made any missteps so far today. Granted, Reard did open from the button, so, you know, Byrne might feel a little bit better about her second pair than she would in some other situations, but I think she is going to give this up, yeah.
Nice.
Orally Reard takes the chip lead. 42 bigs. Diver Byrne comfortably in second with 38 bigs.
Nice read there by Diva. Very nice.
Took Christina Reed's powers when she busted, and now she's Diva Reed.
Diva, solid Reed. Rounds the button. Shot of Fang. Holds the Jack Deuce. It's Diva Byrne's small blind, and she's got Ace King. This is hand 46, by the way, just in case anyone's keeping count. Looks like a raise and take it situation.
Lexi's looking a little frustrated. Big card dead this tournament appears. Not easy when you're playing a hyper sit and go, right? And it's for such a great prize on the line.
Yeah. Already Reard, first to act here, has ace queen. Certainly picking up the hands now. Raises to 2,300. Ace 6 suited for Jia Fang.
Wow.
Folds.
Doesn't even really think about it. I mean, I think sometimes people would consider getting involved in some way with the ace 6 suited, but so far really disciplined in her pre-flop hand selection.
And Lexi Sterner finds a spot to get it in. Shoving for 11,500, called by Reard, and we're off to the races again. We're going to flip the coin. And this is a race that Lexi Sterner needs to win. If nines get cracked here, we will be down to the final four.
Yeah, a bit of a bigger favorite considering one ace is dead.
On appelle l'as de cœur encore? Il est important ce truc parce que ça peut... Tu peux appeler l'as de cœur encore? Ça, c'est fort.
Here comes the flop. King 5-4, looking good for nines. Lexi Sterner looking to fade. Aces and queens. Turn card. It's the 4 of hearts pairing the board. Same outs for Aurelie Reard. Same 5 cards that Lexi Sterner needs to dodge.
Allez, un as, une dame, un as, une dame. Donc, tu vois?
River card is a 10, 9 still good, and that means Lexi Sterner is doubled up. So still 5-handed. Lexi 4th in chips, 25 bigs. Michelle Culhane very much in the danger zone. Danger zone with just 10 bigs. And going back to what we were saying earlier on, Maria, there is no real reason to hang around. I appreciate you don't want to get it in with just any 2 cards, but there's no such thing as laddering here.
Right. And so far, I don't feel like the card distribution has, you know, been in a way that people have missed out on spots to get it in. But, you know, certainly these blinds will keep climbing, and people will need to probably widen their range a little bit in terms of the hands they're willing to get it in with.
Lexi's opened with King Queen on the button. Aurelie with King 5 gives up the big blind. Information from the past being relayed to Diver Byrne.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like everybody is taking advantage of that. I haven't really seen many other people go to their rail and have, you know, their rails consulting with the stream. But definitely a really big part of this day and age of the game being live streamed, that you will want to have somebody on the lookout for you.
Mitch, watching on YouTube, wants to know how much you charge for an autograph, Maria.
You know what? I'm going to say for you, Mitch, it'll be free.
Wow. That, by the way, is a limited time offer, Mitch. So make sure you're here at Casino Barcelona because it expires at 9 p.m. on Friday.
Yes, you can find me at the ladies' cocktail party.
What's your first cocktail going to be?
I feel like if it's early enough, I always start with vodka because I know I can drink those pretty steadily throughout the night. But if it's just a one and done, maybe a shot of tequila. You never know.
I feel like you should pick a different drink for every player who possibly wins.
Oh, I like that.
We've reached hand number 50. I'm loving the cocktail strategy / random selection.
Okay, if Culhane wins, it's definitely going to be a shot of tequila because she looks like she could hang with me.
Okay. So tequila for Culhane.
I'm going to go with, let's see.
Someone needs to write these down, by the way, because there's no chance any of us remember afterwards.
Is it Bellini? No, that's
Oh,
Italian.
that's
Is it Italian?
I love that. Champagne and grapefruit juice,
No,
right?
Italian.
Or I guess it could be orange
Yeah.
juice.
No one Italian left at this table, so no. Let's go with a French 75 for Reard.
John Duthie.
Oh, right.
Giada.
Always. Okay, then Bellini for Fang.
Okay.
French 75 for Reard.
We've got top pair versus second pair here.
Fireball for Sterner. She looks like a fireball kind of gal.
Ooh. I'm sure she'd take that as a compliment. I mean, who wouldn't? Oh, look at that check back there by Reard. Very tricky. As her hand gets better, picking up that flush draw.
Yeah, and as played, you know, as you mentioned with that check back, Jen, I think Hearn might be a bit curious with second pair here.
Oh, yeah, I think she will. I mean, she actually had a very similar spot just a few hands ago where she also had second pair. Also just Jack-7 instead of 9-7. But she got away from the second barrel the first time. Will she get away from the second barrel this time? I think she will because, you know, she might imagine that Reard will check back with some things like 8-7 or 6-8, and that might help her make the fold here, I think. Unless she just decides to turn her hand into a bluff and jam all in.
Which would be sick. And in that case, the drink I have with Byrne if she wins is going to be something very spicy. Spicy margarita.
And the great thing about her awesome poker face and her demeanor is that she can do that. You don't want to make it look like you're thinking about calling right away. All options are open. Fold, call, raise.
Now, I am going to preface this by saying this won't happen. But do you remember when we did Chase Your Dream here in Barcelona in 2019 and the big reveal was that everyone got a platinum pass? This is legitimately winner takes all. There's only one platinum pass. But if we did pull that stunt, Maria would get trashed. 5 cocktails.
That's an amazing hypothetical.
That would be a sick level if everybody is actually getting a platinum pass, and now you're telling me that.
No,
because
I want to be 100% clear. No, this is literally, legitimately winner takes all. There is only one pass, and that is for the winner of this sit and go. And Aurelie Reed currently has the chip lead with 43 bigs. Diver Burns actually dropped into third place, 26 bigs. It is getting shallower, and the blinds are going up again.
Good, because I want to put my jacket on.
yeah, I can't blame her for, you know, calling that river and, you know, just seeing the bad news. But props to Reard for the way she played that hand, disguising, I think, the strength a little bit, confusing Diva somewhat in the process.
I think we're going to squeeze in one final hand at the 500, 1,000 blind level. Then we go to 1K, 1,500K blinds.
What is this, 22?
Button raise, big blind call, 8-7 versus 6-3. Ten, 8, 3.
Oh, great stare down there by Lexi.
Nova on YouTube says, love winner take all sit and goes. In that case, Nova, I'm going to invite you to come back this evening when we have True Geordie the Showdown at EPT Barcelona. That will also be a winner-takes-all sit-and-go, with the winner receiving an EPT London ticket and a trophy. True Geordie's brought a couple of members of the kickoff crew, Rory and Adam, and they will be facing off against Lex Veldhouse, Benjamin Spragg, and Joe Stapleton. That was a belated round of applause for Lex Veldhouse. So yeah, here we go. Blinds 1,000, 1,500. There will be a short break at the end of this level. Question, will it be 5 women going on break or fewer? Michelle Culhane's got like fewer than 5 big blinds now.
Yeah, she is running out of fold equity and options.
Jimmy, if you want to know all of the streaming that's going on here in Barcelona, the full schedule is on the PokerStars blog. Howard Swain's did an awesome rundown of everything that's happening here in Barcelona and how you can follow it. But just to give you the top line, got True Geordie tonight. We got the Super High Roller final table tomorrow, and then it's into the main event. Day 2 through to the final table on Sunday. Bold predictions. Frosty Nug Farms says, I think Joe will win that quite easily.
Ooh, Lexi picking up some hands lately. King Jack suited in the last hand from blind versus blind, and now Ace King suited from the bot end. She's raising, I think, a little more than the rest of the table. She made it 4K. Most are electing for that min raise. I like that whoever wins this is going to have several months to prepare. What is it, 6 months to prepare for their first $25,000 tournament?
Well, Joe and I were talking about this on the podcast recently, Jen, and of course, there are people who won Platinum Passes at this event 3 years ago. So the original Platinum Pass winners for the PSPC got theirs in August of 2019. You talk about preparation time. How about like 3.5 years?
Good point.
This is relatively late in the day in the grand scheme of things.
But 6 months might be ideal, you know.
Yeah,
3 years, that's a long time. But, yeah, a lot of live poker coming back now. People who did win those Platinum Pass a few years ago. I met some of them at the party, and they're starting to get excited again.
Yeah, I mean, I remember very clearly Chase Your Dream here in 2019 and the original 5 Platinum Pass winners, and Adrian, the Spanish guy, bumped into him in the corridor. All 5 of them are still in touch. Like, ever since they came here and won their Platinum Passes, they've stayed in contact, and they're all still super excited about playing the PSPC. I have floated the idea, I haven't discussed it with Joe yet, that we need to do Chase Your Dream, the reunion, and we need to catch up with those 5 guys, right, and find out what the last 3.5 years has been like since they won their passes.
Have to raise.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about a competition like this, the friendships that could be formed as only one player gets the Platinum Pass, but these ladies have been hanging out the last few days on this all-expenses-paid trip to Barcelona. And I think that's a lot of the value in these women's groups. Poker Power is one that I'm part of, is just to make friends with women from all across the world who are passionate about poker. So they have people to hang out with at these tournaments, you know. Sometimes you're the only woman at the table, but that doesn't mean that you can't hang out on the breaks with other women and just kind of raise your game together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about the 2 women that couldn't be here, Katie Stone and Jan Fisher. And actually, Jen, I don't know if you remember, but Katie Stone looks like Culhane is all in here. We'll
Yeah.
pick that back up after.
And I think she's going to get action. This is not a lot of chips. 6,100, ace-5 suited, and orally reared with pocket threes. There is the call. See if the blinds wake up with anything.
How much is it?
Jack-9 of hearts for Jada Fang. She folds. Diver Burn in the big blind. Folds as well. Showdown. And there is a race underway once again. Ace-5 against threes. And it is Michelle Culhane who needs to win this race to survive. John Delano says, let's go artisanal sourdough. Can the ace-5 of diamonds get there?
I'm also rooting for Culhane because I really do want to take a shot at tequila. So I need you to win, not just this flip, but the entire thing.
Oh, no. Now you're so biased. Oh. Wait, what's a drink that you don't like? We can't assign that.
Well, good thing there isn't one, Jen.
I'm sure I can think of something.
The flop is 7-7 deuce. That does create counterfeit opportunities for Michelle Culhane. Right now, aces and fives are the best way out. I guess the deuce is annoying. You'd rather it be an overcard to the threes.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's one. So now aces, sixes, fives, all live cards, 8 outs, 8 cards that Michelle Culhane can hit to stay in the PSPC Women's Platinum Pass tournament. A 7 on the river gives Aurelie Reard a full house, and we lose Michelle Culhane, and that's going to take us down to the final 4. And Aurelie Reard continues to hold the chip lead. 32 big blind stack. Jada Fang sitting on 23 bigs. Lexi Sterner 18.
Oh, there you are.
Former chip leader Diver Burn is now the shortest stack with 14 big blinds.
So you were saying about Jan Fisher and Katie Stone.
Yeah, I was just saying how, I don't know if you remember this, but at one point, Katie Stone actually started a group chat between us three to talk strategy, and you were saying how, you know, for these women, even though they may find themselves as the only woman at the table that they normally play in, it is nice to be able to connect with other women, not only for social purposes, but again, to up your game, to talk strategy. And I think, you know, with a lot of these Facebook groups, these women are able to find a place for them to, you know, post hand histories and, you know, talk about certain concepts in poker that they might want to study and hone in on. But I love that, and I think that's a really big part of having access to other women that play the game, not only just in your local community.
Couldn't agree more. It's so much fun to talk poker strategy with your friends.
Yeah, and I think especially in a live dynamic, there's certain things that kind of only happen as a woman, you know, when you're playing against, you know, whether it's people's perceptions of how you play at the table, but, you know, just something that I feel like other women can understand.
And Katie Stone is one of my best friends, so I was very sad to see her not here, but she's doing awesome things in Houston, charity work, restaurant week. By the way, Diva Burns' 3-bet all-in is going to get through, so she's going to pick up a little bit of the chips that she lost earlier. She lost a big pot to Aurelie Reard in that second pair situation. So,
yeah, and she's just moved ahead of Lexi Sterner. I mean, they're pretty much tied at the bottom, 19, 18 big blinds respectively. And the key observation now is no one is that deep. The chip leader has 30 big blinds, and only another 3 minutes till the blinds go up again. Fang, King 10. And now, I mean, this was never a full ring game. It's always been relatively short-handed, but now we're four-handed and the blinds are so big. Now you really just have to hope to pick up hands. There's no hiding.
It's a lot of respect, I think, that Byrne just gave Fang's under the gun open, especially as you mentioned, you know, being short-handed and all, you know, playing four-handed. Essentially, you're opening from the cutoff position there as Fang. You expect King Queen to come along.
Instead, it's Reard who comes along from the big blind. A lot of women ask me how they can learn more about the game. There's just so many resources out there. Oh boy, look at this flop. Look at Diva now.
She knows.
Looking like a genius here. A fortune teller. Because she would have been in a lot of trouble here had she flatted with King Queen.
Yes. Board just gets straightier and straightier.
Yeah, and Fang really hoping that check back would allow Reard to catch up, but as we can see, Reard really has not connected with this board at all, which is hard. You know, when you have all of it as Fang, it's going to be tough.
I could have seen her getting tempted even with nothing, but she resisted that temptation, and good for her because it would not have ended well.
Fang sitting in second place right now. And I think we'll be able to squeeze in one more hand before the players go on break. Just one short break, and then we'll play out the rest of this single table tournament. Play down to a winner. 3 eliminations so far. PokerStars jewelry for Michelle Culhane. Is that available in the PokerStars store?
I'm hoping it's going to be under my pillow like a mint at night for all those. For the powers that be. Please.
I am sure we can hook you up. Just like we're hooking you up with the cocktail party invitation.
Yes, Jen, you're my in for everything.
This is unbelievable. You've been in the country for less than 24 hours and you've already scored 2 freebies.
Wait until I tell you about those beautiful red, black, and white PokerStars ladies hoodies. Ooh, it's so good. But we have another big hand for Reard in the small line, ace-8 suited.
Raises small to big. King 4 suited for Jia Fang. So the call from the big blind, and oh, hello. Yeah, we've got top pair versus a flush draw. Not just any flush draw, the nuts flush draw.
Yeah, especially BVB, you know, it's hard to imagine not wanting to stick around, even just with King High sometimes, let alone the nut flush draw.
Fang betting 3,500 after Reard checked to her. There is the call, taking us to the turn. Ooh. 9 of spades, and that gives Fang the nuts.
Yeah, I mean, Reard probably believes that she sometimes has the best hand still, but when she sees another bet out of Fang, I think it's gonna give her some concern.
Oh yeah, that's not what she wanted to see. She did not want to see that 9 of spades. She might call one more and fold the river. That would be my prediction. But what is this? What's sizing the Fang? She made it pretty small, 5,500. Is this gonna make Reard suspicious, or are the odds just too good and she just has to peel one more off? I would lean towards the latter. I don't think she's gonna fold yet.
$5,500 apiece, and there is no card already Reard can hit on the river that improves her hand. She is drawing dead.
Yeah, and the tough part about this river is sometimes you think that, you know, even if you didn't like your 8 kicker, you think you might be able to chop with some other better aces. But again, that third barrel that is going to come out of Fang is going to make Reard feel pretty uncomfortable about her hand being good.
I like this sizing by Fang. It's so tempting just to rip it because you do have less than a pot size bet, but she senses that she'd get a fold by that. Oh, beautifully done.
8,500. Great value bet from Jada Fang, and she now takes the chip lead, has 60K, and that will equate to a 30 big blind stack when we come back from break. 30 bigs, 13 bigs, 12 bigs, 11 bigs. This is shallow. And we will decide the winner of this tournament on the other side of this 15-minute break. So confirmation that it is Jada Fang who sits in first place right now. Diver Byrne officially second, but to be honest with you, Byrne, Stern, Reard pretty much grouped together in last place. So we will play out the conclusion very shortly. During the break, you are going to get to see a roundup, highlights from yesterday's final table, which was the record-breaking Estrella's final table. If you saw yesterday's stream, a chance to relive the best bits. If you missed it, a chance to see it for the first time. So enjoy some action from yesterday's Estrella's main event, and then we'll come back to this Women's Platinum Pass tournament.
3 days of poker to get through 6,000 people, it's always going to be a crazy roller coaster.
Yeah, just the phone forgot to do its alarms thing.
So far, I've just been incredibly lucky. Now we're here. I want to win some flips. It's going to be fun.
Good game, boys. I was here, but I wasn't awake or ready for the boys, or else it would have been a different story.
With a 100 euro satellite, and I think it's a good outcome.
Too bad.
600K. I don't even know what to say. I'm very, very happy.
Heads up play about to begin here at the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship.
That is a 500,000 bet. Not gonna work.
Not gonna work.
Not gonna work. Trips for Kalilius.
Not Bad M on Twitch says 5.1 million is good because you can buy stuff and still have 5 million.
Yeah, a great point. Not Bad M. That's true. And then once you get below 5, then all bets are off. Then it just flies out, you know.
Oh yeah,
it's going to work towards 4.
And you're like, I'll stick out 4.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I might as well.
I used to do that when I was taking shots at higher stakes. Like, if my bankroll drops to this, I'm going to stop. And I would go over a little bit, and I was like, I'll stop at that.
Yeah, new bottom.
Yeah.
That's some very, very poor bankroll management. You don't do that anymore, do you, Lex?
No, no, no. I used to be like that all the time, but I don't do that anymore. When you're young and fearless, and the world is open to you, none of it matters. Well, you know. Plus, poker was pretty easy back then. Let's give that disclaimer before some 22-year-old is popping off right now. All right, so this is one of those examples where somebody check raises. Ooh, interesting run out, but where somebody check raises and then checks the turn, I really like to see that. Check raise really strong, and just the fact that he gets called by 8 high proves that that's a good strategy. Just that fact alone. But if you then blast off on the turn, you might start overplaying it. I really like check, even though there's 3 spades on the board. He doesn't seem to be going for it. Wow, he gives up.
3-10's good.
Yeah, I like the play.
That's good.
Jack of hearts on the turn. Put some more draws out there. Martini checks. Cornelius.
Cornelius is playing really well as well.
It's not easy to play with that kind of deficit. And now in this situation, of course, people aren't going to quote unquote give up.
Yeah.
But it is easy when you have 20 big blinds against whoever to just kind of be very defeatist and be like, well, I'm all in.
Yeah. I mean, if you have motivation problems at this stage of the tournament,
right,
then I don't know.
Just easy to feel defeated, I guess. All right, Martini, Julian, chip leader, been dominating this final table. 9-6 suited.
Yeah, excellent hand, heads up. I like the fact that he comes in for a raise. And the crazy
Kalilis, Queen 5.
Crazy thing is that Queen 5 is also pretty decent in heads-up situations. Queen high not all too bad, plus you already have money in the pot. And you know your opponent is playing pretty aggressively. Oh.
Hi-ya, ace, queen, 4, 3 hearts, flopped flush for Martini. And make no mistake, he has been playing well this tournament, but he has also been hitting hands when he needs to.
Yeah, like we said before, that's how you get deep in tournaments. It's a dangerous combination, running well and playing well.
Unbeatable. And Martini continues, as he would probably on most flops. And Cornelius calls. It's another queen on the turn. So now Cornelius not really worried about anything. Who flops a flush?
Yeah, I mean, especially in heads up, you're only playing against one person. And that one person is going to play so many hands because it's just the two of you. Wow, this is absolutely dramatic for him. But he does have outs to fill up to a boat. He still has 23% chance.
Well, you guys, as it stands right now, this could be the end of the tournament.
Oh, for sure. Oh, and he's reaching for a lot of chips.
Yeah, he is not slowing down at all.
He smells blood.
Those are the 500K chips. 4.6 million is the bet. What do you do if you are Ramon from Spain right now? I think you've got to be kind of happy about this.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you're even beating hands that people bet for value.
Yeah.
For a million?
I mean, most of the time when he's got a value hand, it's going to be an ace, and you're beating that. And
what?
It's a 5 on the river. OMG, full house for Ramon. He is first to act.
Oh boy.
14 million in the middle, 17 million behind. So this will not be the end of the tournament, regardless of what happens here.
Doesn't get greedy, he checks. I really like that decision.
There's the all-in from Martini. Kalilia's going to give it one last look and calls. And Martini can't believe it. What a run out. Double up. Ramon Kalilias, 96 blinds, plays 24 big blinds. What an unreal reversal. Holy shnikes. Shell shock. Julian Martini.
That's incredible.
This trophy is both beautiful and at the same time utterly ridiculous.
It is. I mean, it's got to be the most outrageous trophy we've seen at a PokerStars event, James, I think.
Without a doubt.
And rumor has it fairly heavy, so it'll be interesting to see how our eventual winner deals with the ceremonial lifting of the trophy.
Might have to bring in some of his friends. So, Kalilias opens with ace-queen, Martini with 6-3 of diamonds.
A reasonable hand to defend with here, Finton. 23 big blinds, suited.
I'm not going to be folding pretty much anything suited for this size, I wouldn't imagine. 6-3 suited, you can flop some straights, you can flop some quads. Easy.
King, king, 4. 1 diamond. Action checked to Kalilias. And the gold chips are worth 500k each. The greys are 100k, so it's a bet of 700,000.
I think Martini has a hand that he might be somewhat tempted to check raise here. He's wrapped around the 4. He's got the backdoor diamonds. It's his board. His opponent is just going to pretty much auto c-bet as the aggressor pre-flop.
Yeah, looks like he's coming along for a call. Gonna peel one off. I think, like, ideally he'd have something with a little bit more equity, like a 6-5 of diamonds is that much stronger because you have 2 overs potentially to a 4. He is getting a little bit out of line with a call on the flop. Just pick up a straight draw on the turn.
I think it's safe to assume, though, that he's not planning on showing this 6-high down, right? At some point, if it goes check-check on the turn, he's going to bluff.
Yep. So once he gets to this point, and there's 4.6 million in the middle, you have 6-high. Pretty much obliged to fire something out. Be shocked if that wasn't, as you say, Finton, his intention.
Here comes the bluff. A double-fisted bluff. 2 towers of white. A little bit of gold on top. Yeah, 5.2 million. Can Kalilias make this call with just ace-high?
This is a really interesting spot because Martini's not going to have too many ace-high flushes because he shoves the majority of his ace-x pre. And is he going to really just check call with a flush draw that's not ace-high on the flop? Does he overbet a king at this point?
Oh, he's called.
Wow, what a great call with the ace-queen.
Heroes, and he's right.
Let's go.
Wow. And now Martini is really on the ropes. It's 90 big blinds, plays 12 big blinds.
I love that rail.
I love the rail, I love the call.
Heads open at 25k, overbets the pot. Takes about 30 seconds raise high. Easy. It does feel that Martini's going to be all in pretty soon for his tournament life.
Remember what Joe Stapleton said back in 2013. All it takes is a chip and a chair. It's not over yet, Martini. Hand 101. Ace-jack. Bets enough to put Martini all in. And Julian calls. This could be it. Cards go on their back, and it's a race. Pocket threes for Martini, the overcards for Kalilias. Martini gets more than a double up if threes hold, but if Kalilias can hit, we have a PSPC champion.
I'm gonna do it. If you let me double up, I can do it.
What a huge sweat for these players and their rails.
Not a lot. But enough.
Just to put things into perspective, this is a $2.1 million coin flip. King 6-6. Three's holding, but Kalilius has additional outs now. Aces, kings, and jacks all working for him. Martini, roughly a 60% favorite to double up. Turn card is a 9. More outs for Kalilius. Martini now a 3-1 favorite to double up and survive, but if there's a 9-jack, king or ace on the river, Ramon Kalilius will take down this tournament. The river. Is a blank, and we play on. Martini now with a 14 big blind stack. Ramon Kalilius with 85 big blinds still has the huge chip lead. I mean, Martini's still looking for another double up, guys, to get back in this, but not quite in the horrific situation he was for the last few hands.
I think I heard Martini say, if I win this double up, I'm going to win it. So he's obviously confident, even with the short stack. He believes, you have to believe. This is the dream.
Well, this is hand 102, last hand of the level. Martini shoving with jack 9. Ramon Kalilius has ace 5.
We're going to see another all-in.
This would be a very reasonable hand to call with. Julian Martini's tournament life could be about to be on the line again. Kalilius taking a moment.
Of course, if he was to lose another pot.
Exactly 10 seconds.
There's the call. Kalilius gets it in ahead.
Yeah, of course.
Martini at risk and behind. Well, now we're in a situation where it's almost a flip.
He wanted to wait because of the right now it's like increase of blinds, and I thought he just wanted to tank for this. But actually he did it well because
Kalilius has the slight advantage and is on the verge of becoming a champion.
Give us something funny like 10-8 of club.
It's an ace-high flop. There is a 9 as well. Martini has outs. Jacks and 9s are working for him, but right now, Kalilius is almost a 4-1 favorite.
5 outs. I did worst already.
The turn card is a deuce. No additional outs for Martini. He needs to hit a jack or a 9 on the river. He has 5 outs. Any other card, and we have a winner. The energy in the room is incredible. This could be the moment. The river card is a 5-2 pair for Kalilius. The Platinum Pass winner from Spain takes down the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship. $5.1 million. The winner of the biggest 25K event in poker history.
They're going to be having a party tonight.
And justifiably so. Incredible scenes.
A Platinum Pass winner.
He topped the CEP leaderboard. That's how he won his Platinum Pass, qualifying for this 25K event for free, and he cashes out for more than $5 million, and he will be presented with that trophy. Welcome back to Barcelona and the PokerStars European Poker Tour as we continue to play down to a winner in the PSPC Women's Platinum Pass Tournament. This is a special event. 7 women, well actually there were 9 of them, but 2 sadly couldn't make it to Casino Barcelona this summer. A group of women nominated by their peers, women who've made an impact, made a difference in the world of poker, playing for a package to the next PSPC, and right now 4 remain. Jada Fang has the chip lead, Diver Byrne, Lexi Sterner, Aurelie Reard, all short stacked. It is pretty shallow right now. Blinds are going to 1,000, 2,000 with a 2K big blind ante. I am James Hartigan, rejoined by Maria Ho.
Hello.
And Maria, even though Jada has the chip lead, there could be some very dramatic swings in this level.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes a couple short stacks, finding some hands, doubling through, and this is still anybody's platinum pass to win. Oh, well, not if Fang keeps getting dealt big hands. Maybe not.
So tries to trap, just completes with the aces. Diver Byrne checks her option with Queen 7. And for her sake, I hope she doesn't connect. Arguably not enough. 8-6 deuce. Thank you, Ruth, for answering Rudy's question. Reminder that you can post your comments, post your questions, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. But if your comment or question is completely idiotic, it's likely to get you banned. 9 on the turn. Aces now better than a 4-1 favorite.
Yeah, Byrne came along on the flop with that overcard to the board and this backdoor straight possibility that is now opens up for her, and Fang continuing to bet. Of course, the strength of her hand a bit disguised considering she just limped in from the small blind. You gotta imagine that if you call the flop with Queen 7 and you turn more equity, you're gonna find a way to continue.
By the way, John Oscar Salberg, you know I just made that comment about if you post something idiotic, you're gonna get banned. Well, guess what's gonna happen to you? I mean, I know it's an open-ended straight draw, Maria, but 5,500 when you've only got 23K behind, it's tough to chase it, right?
Yeah, I mean, does Byrne have other designs? Perhaps maybe just going to semi-bluff, put the rest of her stack in the middle versus just calling. Again, probably not. You know, of course she expects Fang will have some traps in the small blind, but not necessarily expecting that to be this scenario. Of course, Fang should have a bit of a mixed strategy from the small blind and will limp some hands that are traps, but also have some weak limping type hands as well. I think she's taking so much time with this decision because it's exactly what you said, James. I mean, she doesn't have that much back if she continues here as a call, but kind of unsure how to proceed.
Yeah, tough decision for Diver, but lays down the straight draw, and Fang increases her chip lead, playing 33 bigs. And look at this, Maria, the other 3 players all tied, 11 big blinds each, all around 23K. So just to recap Jada Fang's story, she studied medicine, she was a doctor, had a bad motorbike crash, was forced to rest for 3 months, started playing poker, and then thought, hey, I like this, I'm good at this, became a professional, was part of PokerStars Team Online from 2011 to 2017, has also worked as a commentator at various Italian poker tournaments, loves fitness, loves video games, and says she was truly honored to receive the opportunity to play in this game, particularly when there are so many deserving women in the world. These 3 on the button.
Yeah, Fang definitely with this ace-X on the button. Easy spot, considering both the small blind and the big blind have the same effective stack to just put it back on them to have to call off for their tournament life.
Playing with a 15-minute clock in this event. Blinds going up in 9 minutes' time. Kaboom Poker asking, is Fang Italian? Yes, but now lives in Malta. Is playing under the Italian flag today, the same way that Diva Byrne is playing under the Lithuanian flag, even though she has lived in the UK for a long time. Lexi Stern all in from the small blind with Queen Jack. It's already reared in the big blind with garbage, and she folds. A reminder at this point in time that this is part 1 of the PokerStars TV double header from EPT Barcelona. There will be another stream later today at 7 p.m. local time. That's just over 3 hours from now. True Geordie is bringing the showdown to Barcelona. If you've ever watched True Geordie's poker streams, you'll know that he normally faces off with a couple of his crew against some PokerStars pros or some other poker players or celebrities. And that's what's happening tonight on this stage. True Geordie will be joined by Rory and Adam, plus Lex Veldhouse, Spraggy, and Joe Stapleton. I think it's going to be a fun game.
Although I get a little bit fearful when Stapes is involved in a sit-and-go type format, because every time he's involved, it never sees the light of day.
I don't know what you're talking about, Maria. There was not a single table tournament at PCA 2016. It never happened.
I just want to see just the highlight reel from that.
There can be no highlight reel of something that didn't exist.
But if it did exist, I mean, the whole thing is a highlight reel, let's be honest.
One of those events, which, if it did happen, would have been a live stream at the time, which if you weren't there at the time, you will never know, and you will never get to see it. Maybe it'll be a bit like the Star Wars holiday special. Maybe like 40 years from now, we'll finally be okay to release it. Or footage will make its way to YouTube.
Or you put it like as an Easter egg in something. You just hide a snippet somewhere for somebody to find and stumble on it. Only the people that are really paying attention will ever know.
Lexi Sterner has worked her way into second place, 17 bigs. Ivor Byrne and already reared both with 9 big blind stacks, 18K each. 10 on the button for Aurélie Reard. And for at least two of these players, it is kind of all in or fold poker, and Aurélie decides to go with the former option, shoving for a last 18K. And this is going to get through. Well, that means Diver Byrne is the short stack right now. Let's hear from Diver, the founder and owner of Fantastic Ladies in Poker.
My name is Diver Byrne. I'm a professional poker player based in England. I worked in financial services for various different companies and played poker on the side always. I loved it, was making money, and one day, literally, I walked into the office and I said, I'm resigning, I want to play poker for a living, and that's what I did. I run Fantastic Ladies in Poker, which is a huge female community, I think the biggest in the world at the moment, 6,000 members. I'm very passionate about women in poker, and I wanted to celebrate women, highlight women, and I thought the only way to do is to set up a community where we can support each other, travel together, meet like-minded people, and also to find more equality at the tables. There is no reason that female players cannot achieve as much success as men do. Motivates me to work harder, take down some big events for me as ambassador of the game, and, you know, like to be inspiring for women especially.
Diver, a very accomplished player, and for many, one of the favorites coming into this final table. She is still alive, but here's the short stack right now. This is Fang versus Sterner. Jada raised the button. Lexi has defended her big blind. And we have got a 9-7-3 flop, top pair for Lexi Sterner, but Jada Fang with the overpair.
Yeah, a whole lot of trouble for Sterner. I would imagine that with that stack size, she is going to be putting a lot more chips in here with top pair, especially against Fang's button open.
A bet of 6,000 called by Lexi Sterner. The turn card is the Jack of Hearts. Okay, picks up a straight draw to go with top pair on what is now second pair, and moves all in.
Yeah, just about one SPR there. So, I mean, I like this play in the sense that if Fang had some overcards, you're just going to deny that equity. But considering Fang has an overpair, that is a different story. Obviously, 10-8 gets there, so Fang is taking a little bit of time. But I think, all things considered, you definitely have to just make this call here with the overpair.
And she does call. So Lexi Sterner is at risk and is drawing to 9 cards, looking for an 8, 9, or 10 on the river. 9 for trips, 8 for 2 pair, 10 for the straight. Well, this will change the dynamic at the final table, whatever the outcome. Let's see the river card. It's a blank. And that will see Lexi Sterner KO'd in 4th place. And we are down to the final 3. Jada Fang has a playable stack now, Maria. 50 big blinds. Whereas both Aurélie Reard and Diver Byrne are super short. I mean, we talked about a situation when we were four-handed where even though Jada had the chip lead, one double up and it all changes. No, she is now in a situation where she can still take some hits and still be in control.
Yeah, and, you know, we've harped on this throughout the broadcast that this is a winner-take-all. So,
yes,
you know, Reard and Byrne very incentivized to be going all in with, with a lot of hands, but hopefully not in this one against Fang's. Kings just Getting hit with the deck a little bit.
They have three chips.
Okay, so this is actually a no small blind hand. So obviously Diva saw she had the button, thought she was first to act. Actually, she's officially acted out of turn because Fang is under the gun here.
She can decide.
Yeah, so Diver's aggressive action will only stand if Jada Fang...
She has to put it in.
And she raised, she can decide to...
Yeah, I kind of feel like knowing that... oh.
Okay, well, she decides to open jam, and now Diva Byrne does get the opportunity to take her chips back. But actually, she wants to play this hand. She's all in. Oh, she's got jacks and has run into an overpair.
No, I didn't want to.
I can't fold myself.
Yeah, of course, with your stack. But, you know, if you had like ace-2, you could have been saved. No, KK, se facevo solo call era costretta a fare all-in comunque, ma non volevo fare... Cioè, no.
I mean, Italian is one sexy language. Let's get that straight.
Faux show. So Diva Byrne at risk and needing to get lucky here. Needs to see a jack or running straight cards. Certainly spades do not help her. And now she's drawing to 2 outs. Needs to see a jack on the river or we're going heads up. Close, but not enough. And Diva Byrne is KO'd by Jada Fang, who now holds a ridiculous advantage with 2 players remaining. The heads-up battle, Maria, will see Jada Fang playing 117,000, Aurélie Reard playing 18,000.
Or Bellini versus French 75, as I call it.
I'm glad to see you're still tracking the cocktails.
So we just like this, but I will try. I will try it.
Super turbo.
We stay here?
Yeah, she's running.
Super lucky.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. That's how you do.
Yeah, you have to run well indeed, you know. Similar when I played my 6-1.
What a consolation prize for Diva. She gets to talk to her seat.
It's the structure, and I did ask them to make the structure more similar to a normal tournament.
Yeah, the problem is they have time. They have a limited time.
I know.
I tried. Oh, thanks. Yeah, unavoidable. Oh, so cute. Thank you so much, and thank you for everything. What an amazing event.
So just going to reseat the players for heads up. Yesterday in the Estrella's main event, Maria, it was a relatively short heads-up battle. Huge discrepancy between the 2 players and history repeating itself right now. As Jada Fang has 60 big blinds and Aurélie Reard has fewer than 10 big blinds.
Yeah, commanding lead for Fang here, but as we know, anything can happen, especially in no-limit hold'em. And I have to say, you know, I've been really impressed by all the women here, but definitely Fang and Reard really showing their chops in the way that they've navigated. Understandably, you know, in a super turbo, essentially, you have to pick up big hands. You have to get lucky in some spots, but I do believe that both of these women have played well to find themselves in this spot.
So Aurélie Reard, originally from France, Trained as an audiovisual engineer in Paris, was the only woman in her class, now plays poker professionally, travels the world playing MTTs, lives in Cardiff in the UK. And then we have Jade Fang, originally from Italy, now living in Malta. Former doctor who became a professional poker player, was also a member of Team Online for a while. And she is the firm favorite right now to win that platinum pass. But, as Maria just mentioned, things can change quickly in No Limit Hold'em. With blinds this big and the stacks relatively shallow, variance is a thing. As we get the action restarted in this PSPC Women's Platinum Pass Tournament, as we go heads up, a reminder that once this is concluded, there is more live poker coming your way in just over 3 hours from now. True Geordie, the showdown at EPT Barcelona, kicking off 7 p.m. Central European Summertime, also on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, I think even worse than being first out in a sit and go is finishing second when it is winner take all, but
yes,
still a really fun experience, I'm sure, for all of these women. And we've seen they've had supporters on the rail, they've had people come and take this trip out to Barcelona with them for this opportunity. And so I hope they're going to get a chance to enjoy themselves regardless.
Well, the good news is, Maria, as we saw earlier on, because Michelle Culhane had one of them, there is some merch, some consolation prizes for the runners-up. Got some exclusive PokerStars jewelry, some exclusive PokerStars hoodies. So no one leaves empty-handed, but you're right. It is still a huge gap between first and second place, and that will make the dynamic in this heads-up battle very interesting.
Fang putting Reared all in for her 3.5 big blind stack.
Yeah, the blinds have just gone up to 1,500, 3,000, and Reared calls.
Roi 8 de cœur contre 9 et 6.
I mean, King 8 is the best hand, but 9-6, 2 live cards. This could easily go Fang's way.
No, 9-6 contro K8. 5 bui.
Écoute.
Come here. Oh, sweetie.
Here comes the flop. 7-5-3. This is spicy.
Yeah. Lots of hearts.
Well, a heart would seal the deal, but right now, Fang can hit a 4, 6, 8, or 9. It is always coming 7. That doesn't change anything. Same outs for Fang. 4, 6, 8, or 9, and she wins the platinum pass.
Oh my God.
It's the 4 of hearts on the river, and that is a flush for Reared. That is a double up, and we play on. 36 big blinds versus 10 big blinds.
Yeah, it always starts with just one double.
14.5. Yeah, that was 14. Scala e colore.
Ari, watching on YouTube, says, why no payout? Not quite sure what you mean, Harry. It's winner takes all. There is a prize, and bear in mind this is a free roll for these players. They were selected, they were nominated to come and play in this event, and the winner is going to get a platinum pass, and that is worth $30,000. The winner gets to come to the Bahamas in January next year and play the PSPC, that huge 25K event. First run in 2019. Had a first prize of more than $5 million. It's running again in January of next year.
Really good sportsmanship to see the other women that played in this to be on the rail. You know, I saw Hatcher, we saw, you know, I think it was Reed, and then Blackburn, who had just been eliminated. But I hope that they all stuck around.
Red completes with Queen Deuce. Fang with 8-3 in the big. Check their option. Jack 10-4. So Queen High still the best hand.
Queen High certainly has some showdown value on this board texture.
Oh, come on. Oh, not even the 8, the 3, and she bets it.
Yeah, nice value bet coming out of Fang here. And as I had mentioned, Queen High had some showdown value, and so there is that belief that perhaps Queen High could be good. You would imagine that, you know, a 10x type of hand would have bet on an earlier street. Maybe not the flop, but perhaps the turn. And if you don't know if Fang's willing to go for value with jacks and 4s here or jacks and 3s, then it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that she would have a hand better than Queen High. You know, Ace High would probably go check for showdown. I can see why she's thinking about it. It's definitely not a snap fold situation, so it's nice to see Reard taking the proper consideration. We can see that she is beat, and Fang did make a really nice value bet here.
And we're back to a situation where Aurélie Reard has fewer than 10 big blinds. And those blinds are going up again in 6.5 minutes. Well, there is Jen Shahadi, now watching on the rail. She was with us in the commentary booth earlier on. Jen has in her hands, Maria, the Platinum Pass. Jen is going to present the prize to one of these two women. Oh, Dolly Parton, 9-5. Fang has completed. Reard with 8 deuce.
Yeah, two really raggedy hands here. Not going to be willing to put more chips in the middle pre-flop.
Ace, queen, tray. So 9 high is good.
You know, even when Fang doesn't have it, she has it.
So this is hand number 70.
Yeah, she's going to put all the chips in the middle here with 7 bigs.
Triangle time for Aurélie Reard. And it gets through. Plenty of people watching the action in this heads-up battle from the rail, including Diver Byrne and her husband John. On to hand 71. And it's 9 deuce of hearts for Fang. Just calls.
And this will be an easy limp fold for Fang after reared shoves.
Yeah, Fang folds. And Aurelie Reard keeping her head above water. Still hovering around that 10 big blind mark. The blind's going up in just under 3 minutes' time. So Cool says, I love that one person clapping. There's always one. And 72. 7-5 offsuits.
Yeah, and we've seen both players take the limp approach with the bottom part of their range, and so far hasn't really gotten into too much trouble.
So we go to the flop, which is Jack 10-7. So Reard with bottom pair has the best of it right now. Action goes check, check. We'll see the turn for free. Deuce of diamonds, so that's a small piece for Fang. And a bet of 5,000 on the turn will win the pot for Aurelie Reard, who's slowly but surely closing the gap. This could be the last hand at this blind level. 5-4 suited for Fang. Calls. Reard checks. Queen 8 deuce.
Yeah, neither player connects with this flop, but Fang being in position, I think sometimes, you know, when you limp, you certainly can have a lot of traps. You can rep some traps in that situation. She ends up checking back the flop, but now pretty easy bet, I think, turning a pair of fours.
The situation right now is 108,000 chips for Jada Fang, 32,000 for Aurélie Reard. So it's about 35 big blinds versus 10 big blinds. 3-1 advantage for Jada Fang as this heads-up battle continues. Only one of these two women will get the Platinum Pass, worth $30,000.
Sorry.
You know, we're talking about the time that they have between now and the PSPC to prepare. And I was going to offer some private coaching to the women that wins, but it doesn't feel like either of these women need it, to be honest. I mean, do you, ladies? You got this. But just in case, you know, I volunteer, hit me up.
Reard all in with King 7 of clubs. Fang with King 3. It's borderline.
Yeah, and she knows it as well with that side. Just one of those spots where you kind of feel like you're supposed to call, but if you feel like your opponent's shoving range is going to be on the tighter side, then yeah, I really do like that folds. You know, don't ever be in such a rush to end things. Granted, of course, you know, with these types of stack sizes, you know that there's going to be the correct shoving range and the correct calling range against those shoves, but you can always adjust based on your read of your opponent.
We come to hand 75. Fang with 6-5. Completes. Jack 6 for Reard, dominating hand. Checks her option, go to the flop. Ace, King 3.
I think the good thing about these type of boards for Fang is that even when she doesn't connect, she can more easily rep these type of hands, because given Reard only having 8 big blinds to start, you would imagine she's going to be putting all the chips in the middle pre-flop with any ace X and most of her king X's.
And again, Fang gets there on the river. Catches the 5. Takes the showdown. And increases her advantage. We are now playing 2,000, 4,000, which means it's 25 bigs versus 7 bigs. Reard with Jack 4 offsuit. Lets it go. Wisely. Don't think she would have got much further. A6 was Fang's hand.
Yeah, and Reard getting to the stack size where now she's really lost her option of limping in before the flop. It's really just going to be shove or folds. You know, off of 10 bigs, you can find some limps both as traps and with the weaker part of your range as well, which we've been seeing. But 5 bigs, you know, even if you had aces, you're just going to put it in.
We are indeed heads up in this PSPC Women's Platinum Pass tournament. 7 finalists are played down to 2. Who's going to get the Platinum Pass? Jia Fang, big chip leader right now, has Queen 3 on the button.
How much do you have now? I'm sorry, I completely lost track.
Not much.
Yeah, for 5 bigs effective, I like to see Fang just put her in with this Queen X on the button.
She announces all in.
No, all in is like... Yeah, it's always all in.
And she calls.
Ooh, that's a good card.
De 9 contre dame 3.
Pocket nines.
Lei ha 9-9.
Wow, this is an opportunity for Aurélie Reard to get into this game.
Yeah, Reard probably pretty excited. She's found such a big hand with only 5 big blinds. Really good spot to double. Just one overcard in Fang's hand. But she has been connecting with a lot of boards, James.
That is true. And of course, if Fang does get there, this will be over and Jia Fang will win the Platinum Pass. But Reard is near enough a 3-1 favorite to get almost even with Jia Fang and continue this heads-up battle for the Platinum Pass. Aurélie, do not call for outs when you are ahead. Do not call for the 9. Karma can be cruel. Wow. Ooh. Additional outs for Jia Fang. If there is a queen or a 5 on the river, this is over and we have our champion. It's the queen.
Oh my goodness.
She gets there on the river again. And with that card, with that hand, Jia Fang wins the Platinum Pass.
Oh, thank you so much.
And this really felt like Fang's pass to win just because everything seemed to go her way, especially in the late stages when she had a lot of the short stacks really fighting to stay alive.
Yeah, it's tough finishing second when it's a winner-takes-all competition. As we said, there's some exclusive PokerStars jewelry, some exclusive PokerStars merch that all of our finalists can take away. But it is Jia Fang who wins the $30,000 package to the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship. She'll be coming to PCA 2023 in the Bahamas.
Bellini's all around in 2 hours' time.
Great that all the other finalists stuck around to the end to see who was going to take this down. And yes, I imagine they're looking forward to those cocktails, Maria. Well, this was something a bit different today, but as I said at the start of the day, I love any time we get to see a Platinum Pass awarded. That's going to happen very, very shortly. I also thought it was a fun game to watch, and I enjoyed the camaraderie between the 7 finalists. Yes, it's a competition, but there was no bad blood, no animosity here. Really enjoyed this one. We started with 7 players, and it did look like Christina Reid was going to be the first out, but it was Terry Hatcher who hit the rail in 7th. Christina Reid was still short after that triple, and no real shock that she went shortly afterwards in 6th place. Next player out was Michelle Culhane. She had artisanal sourdough, ace-5, but it did not improve against pocket 3s. Lexi Sterner lost to Jia Fang's queens. Lexi was our 4th place finisher. And then at one-time chip leader, Diva Byrne busted 3rd when she ran jacks into Fang's kings. And despite Aurélie Reard's best efforts, Jia Fang's chip lead was just insurmountable, as was her run good. and she is the winner of the PSPC Women's Platinum Pass Tournament, and that means that she gets the Platinum Pass. She is now down on the floor with Joe Stapleton and Jen Shahade.
Congratulations and well played, Giada Fang. You're now the newest member of Team Platinum. And to present you with the Platinum Pass, we have another member of the team here, PokerStars Ambassador Jennifer Shahade. Go ahead, Jen.
Thank you. Thank you. It's lovely. Oh my God. Thank you.
There it is.
Congratulations.
That's your $25,000 ticket to the PSPC in the Bahamas in January.
Wow.
So make sure you hold on to that. This took about 3 years for this event to happen. Was it worth the wait?
Definitely worth, especially with this in hand.
Now, I know you made a pretty big career change at a certain point in your life. How are you feeling about that right now?
I feel very good. I never regretted my the change. I mean, I love being a doctor and surgeon, but that's something I can always go back to in my career. Now that I'm still young and I can travel and I love playing poker, I decided to make poker my career. So I definitely don't regret it.
I don't want to take away your victory lap right now, but this wasn't the main event. The real thing is coming in January. Have you put any thought into preparing or anything like that? You've got 6 months.
Well, I will have time to prepare for sure, but I just can't wait to fly overseas to the Bahamas.
All right, well, make sure you enjoy the rest of your time here in Barcelona, and we'll see you in the Bahamas. Congrats again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, Giada Fang is a Platinum Pass winner, and this event is in the books. But we are not done for the day, ladies and gentlemen. There is another winner-takes-it-all game coming your way in less than 3 hours' time. Join us at 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time for True Geordie, the showdown at EPT Barcelona. That's right, we're on again later tonight. Until then, from Joe Stapleton, Maria Ho, Jen Shahade, and me, James Hartigan, it's goodbye from Barcelona, but we'll see you very, very shortly.